cause harm. So we'll be doing that for the Royal Show, and we'll be working with the Royal Show organisers to make sure it's as safe as possible. But I just encourage people to go about their normal lives. This is a national threat level.
Well, a 14-year-old boy charged with terror offences is free on bail after facing the youth court. The teenager from regional SA was arrested nearly a fortnight ago, accused of accessing extremist material on his school computer. Channel 7 court reporter Dee Williams says he's been allowed to go home with his mother under very strict conditions.
He cannot have access to any form of electronic devices, including a laptop, a telephone, or even an iPad. So he can go to school, he can continue to go to school, but he cannot access any of those electronic devices.
The case will return to court in September. Older doctors could soon be forced to have regular health checkups in order to keep working. The Medical Board of Australia says complaints against practitioners aged over 70 are increasing, and the measures would help ensure patient safety. But Dr Nicole Higgins from the Royal Australian College of GPs says it shouldn't come down to a number.
I think what we need to do is think about competency and not just a number, and make sure that's what we're looking at. These are the doctors, especially in our rural and regional areas, that tend to work the most hours. So that too may have a big impact on workforce.
US Vice President Kamala Harris has introduced her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, to the party faithful at a rally in Philadelphia.
To his former high school football players, he was coach. And in 91 days, the nation will know Coach Walz by another name, Vice President of the United States.
Sydney warehouse workers facing multiple charges, accused of stealing more than 60,000 limited edition Bluey coins. Police allege the 47-year-old was selling the coins online within hours of taking them from a warehouse in Sydney's west. The woman who until today was Australia's youngest Olympic gold medal winner says it's been a privilege to hold the record for so long. Sandra Beavers was 14 years old when she won gold in the 4x100 metre freestyle relay at the Melbourne Olympics in 1956. At 14 years and 86 days, Arissa True beat that mark when she took out the women's park skateboarding final in Paris. Sandra says records are meant to be broken.
Always passing the baton. I mean, that's what, as an athlete, we are. We're passing it on right back to when I was in the relay.
Now turning to FIVEAA Sport.
Get up to 40% off winter coats, jumpers, jackets and knitwear at Ignition for Men while stocks last.
Well, our men's cycling sprint teams won bronze at the Olympics. Matt Glaetzer, Lee Hoffman and Matt Richardson beat host nation France to win the bronze race. Glaetzer says it's special after finishing fourth in his past 3 Olympics.
Until that bronze final here has been pretty tough as well. So, yeah, to switch it up and to get the result for Australia, to get the medal that I've been chasing my whole career, it hasn't quite really sunken in yet, but very, very proud.
Well, the men's track cycling team will race for gold against Great Britain early tomorrow morning our time. And there'll be 3 games on Sunday in round 24 to wrap up the AFL home and away season. AFL boss Andrew Dillon says the games will likely determine the makeup of the finals.
The last game of the home and away season will see Fremantle playing Port Adelaide over at Optus Stadium. All games on Sunday will have clean air, so you'll be able to watch every single part of every single game.
Sydney hosts the Crows at the SCG on the Saturday night. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
The new McSmart meal from Macca's. 2 burgers, small fries and small soft drink. $6.95. T's and C's apply.
G'day there at Kilkenny. Crash to look out for Torrens Road near Hanson Road. Another collision at Seaton, Tapley's Hill Road near Brenthorpe Road, and a prang at Woodville to look out for, Woodville Road near St Clair Rec Centre. Hillcrest Burst Watermain making it pretty slow going northeast road outbound as you're approaching St Olts Road with a camera Fox Creek Road at Cuddly Creek. The King Art of Living sale is on now. Save up to 50% on selected Australian Design Award-winning furniture. Hurry, sale on now. Shop online or visit a King Living showroom today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEAA.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
A sunny day and 18, showers tomorrow 17, partly cloudy on Friday 16 and sunny for Saturday 18. At the moment 17. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Kate Collins. Tonight, SA events reviewed, concern over radicalised teens. Hear from our Police Commissioner on Australia's terror threat. A close call for a local church congregation as a driver comes crashing in. And after 12 years of heartache, see Adelaide cyclist Matthew Glates's medal-winning moment, shared with another South Aussie. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 now.
The news and issues that matter to South Australia. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA. The 5AA Sports Show.
Get around the little fella!
Stephen Rowe and Tim Jennifer.
Take the beauty!
Yes, 6 after 4 on this Wednesday afternoon. Yet another cracker of a day out there, Adelaide. We've seen more records broken in Paris overnight and a 14th gold medal for Australia. We are clawing our way towards that all-time high of 17 with 5 days to go. Welcome, Rowey and Timmy G.
Thank you, Sammy. Hey, who took their jumper or puffer jacket off today? Got to 20.
Me.
I think Monday's going to be 24. You play golf today. Ooh. We'll get to that. I reckon winter's over. I'm declaring it. Fat lady, Rexy, is singing, Timmy, it's over. It's 24 on Monday.
Yeah. You reckon it's over, do you?
You just cracked that last one a bit either. Timmy. Okay. It's over, Timmy.
This is probably the most appropriate time to play Thunderclouds because this man...
Well, hang on, it's 24 on Monday.
Do you know...
When's it ever been 24 in August?
No, I'm not sure whether it ever has been.
There you go.
To tell you the truth, you are going to put the mozzers on it. That's what you're going to do. We had winter until the middle of December last year.
But well, it's reverse Elia Nanny Annie Ninio, whatever the word is.
Which one?
Which one is it? Well, I don't even think the
bomb
people that do that
Bureau
know what it is.
Yeah, it's gone crazy.
Oh man! And there's no winter whiting this year.
No winter whiting.
I could not draw you one in this golf. There's plenty in the other golf, but not in this one. We're here to talk sport. We have a new Olympic favourite moment.
All right, I'll stop it then.
Oh, stop it. I'm not even going to ask you about golf. We're going to get straight at it. The youngest Aussie ever to win gold at the Olympics.
How good.
14-year-old Arissa True.
My parents were really proud of me. They came and watched, and I got to see them after as well. And now I get to get a pet dog because they said if I came first, I'd get a pet dog.
How cute is that?
Hang on, how young?
Going to get a pet duck.
You know, that is almost something you'd hear from your grandchildren at Christmas time. You know,
innocently
Puppy, you promised me a pet duck. Yeah, because we're going to get one now. I love that.
She's an Aussie, won gold, will get a pet duck and a hearty handshake and a hug, and we'll all remember her name forever, Arissa True. If she was Serbian, she'd get a pension and never have to work again in her life. Every Serbian that wins gold gets a pension.
You're super impressed by that, aren't you? You are. I just wonder... how that can be sustained if they started winning golds everywhere, but hey, good on them for doing it. But look, you're dead right. It's an amazing achievement. What I loved about it, I was watching it last night.
She had a crack.
From the very first time she went out, she was trying to win gold. She was just going absolutely flat out for it. And a lot of them did, and they come unstuck a couple of times, all the rest of it. But that last run, it had to be the best to win, and she did it. She absolutely did it and was so proud of Punch and her little smile. It was absolutely brilliant.
One of the interviews I read or heard or saw, whatever it was, I don't know whether it was on YouTube or whatever it was, they said, what got you into skating?
That's
it's
right.
not skating, what is it? What do you call it? Skateboarding. They don't call it skating, but skateboarding. Yeah. She said, I was a very, very, very good surfer.
Yes.
But it was too cold.
Correct, during the winter, and what's not, she didn't want to go in the water, so she took up skating.
Took up skating. So what did you do when you were 14, other than me being a little scallywag, with probably zits all over my face and couldn't do the 6 times table? What were you doing?
It's probably...
14!
14, still catching tadpoles down at
That's what I mean.
The creeks and the rivers and things like that, and
anyway, that was the high. I've got the low. Our Boomers losing in overtime. Have a listen.
This is where it brings the best out of people, teams, countries. This is why you play for these moments. We threw everything at them, and it just wasn't our day. my full credit to Serbia. They're one hell of a team.
God, he represents us as Australians with
I
pride.
know.
I
Jeez,
feel
he played
sorry
well
for him.
too. That
he was
first
the
half,
difference.
I was watching going, we're going to win by 20. Like, we're absolutely smashing him. Everything. Giddy was playing on fire. Paddy was just shooting everything. He's got a hot hand. It reminded my NBA machine. It was just going off. He's on fire.
24 points up we were. Now, that's a choke, but I mean, in any man's language.
I think so. I don't know how it went wrong. I think Andrew Bogut sort of made some, well-educated points about how it went wrong. Turnovers killed us and the like. So it just, I think it was a lack of, almost at half-time, they probably looked at each other, what's going on? Why is this happening? And then probably went, let's go cautious. Well, turnovers happen and then the momentum's lost.
Imagine if we had a defender of real note that's maybe played in the NBA that stops momentum from other teams. I don't know. Let's pick a name. Maybe a Matthias Theibel.
Oh, you're not happy with that selection, are
Well,
you?
no, I'm not from the... This isn't a hindsight call. I think everyone was miffed. Why not?
Yeah.
They are the things that he stops.
And
momentum.
They went with Joe Ingles.
Defense.
He didn't get any minutes, did he?
Didn't get 1 minute.
Didn't get a minute.
Well, that was the reason.
The whole thing. Why would you do that?
Well, it was his 5th Olympics. It was a sympathy vote.
What's the point, though, if you're going to be a spectator?
A burnt, unique
Well, he didn't play.
Player.
You can't say he wasn't worth anything because he didn't play.
Well, don't pick him.
Well, it was what would you say? It was confusing.
It was. Josh Giddey was
Puzzling.
in tears. Have a listen.
It's heartbreaking, and it kills me that I have to wait 4 more years for another chance at this. But, man, I'm so proud of this group. I love this team. And, our coaches, our fans deserve, a lot better than this.
Sounds like an American now.
How
what
many years has he been there?
Yeah, about 12 months.
Wow, that accent has really kicked in, hasn't it?
I think he's wanked it on.
Do you know,
I whacked it on, I meant. You done that? Whacked it on.
Yeah.
I meant to say that. That was an excellent
Years
voice.
ago, I interviewed Billy Thorpe when he was alive. And Billy Thorpe had been in the United States for 20 years. And he was as strong an accent Aussie. And I said, Billy, there's people like Greg Norman who suddenly are very American in their accents and all the rest of it. He said, it's a state of mind.
Yeah.
It's a state of mind. Yeah. He said, I'm Australian.
It's one thing I wouldn't want to be as an American. Good luck to Matt Denny going for gold in the discus early hours tomorrow morning. Our Opals are in the quarterfinal again versus Serbia, 6:30 tonight. And I've been watching our water polo team. Are they called the Sharks? They take on Team USA. What is it about our teams? They've been stinky.
Well, hang on. We've got through our pool, all right. We lost the last game in the pool, but we were always going through to the next stage. So
I think he's talking about overall.
No,
Matilda's
overall.
no good.
True. Matilda's no good.
The rugby sevens, the Matildas.
Yeah, but the water polo is still in it.
Well, I hope so. The hockey, both our hockey teams.
Hockey
are
Roos,
out.
Kookaburras. Yeah, it hasn't been great.
Okay, 82230000 is the sport line number. I know they're sporting choke.
Let us know.
What did you do when you were 14?
Yeah, well, we've got one here on the unique homestyle food text. I was fishing, surfing, indoor, outdoor cricket, not winning gold medals though. Went to Whiting, out from Stansbury if you want them, says Wally.
Yeah, I need proof of that. Another one here. What did the young girl want, a dog or a duck? It was definitely a duck, wasn't it?
Let's play it again.
My parents are really proud of me. They came and watched, and I got to see them after as well. And now I get to get a pet duck because they said if I came first, I'd get a pet duck.
That sounds like a duck.
I think it's a duck.
Sounds like a duck. If it walks like a duck, it sounds like a duck.
I'm not that again.
No, if it quacks like one, we got told off for that comment.
All right.
And what were you doing at 14, have you say? Well, it's done. I don't know whether you need a drum roll. Tim's big on the fixture, but it has landed.
Yes.
The AFL fixture has landed. I'll just quickly run through it. It's landed, and my assessment of it, it's the least important game to the most on what might shape the top 8 with 3 games out. And the reason I say it, work with me.
Okay.
I might be wrong, but work with me.
I'll let you go.
Melbourne and Collingwood,
yes.
Well, let's face it, they're playing for 9th spot. By the time we get there, they won't be in the 8, and they'll be playing for 9th spot. So that has no impact on the 8.
2 Melbourne teams in Melbourne at the G on a Friday. Mm-hmm. That's what they want.
Again, to me, as a South Australian, care factor nil doesn't affect the 8, so that's the least important.
Okay.
Geelong Cats versus West Coast. West Coast to second bottom. Geelong Cats.
Geelong might just need to win it
to finish top 4, but they're going to be in the finals, so that's not that important. Richmond and Gold Coast, both of the bottom 10, who cares? Hawthorn versus North Melbourne. Now, that's the Battle of Tassie. Hawthorn win, they could go in the 8, so there's a bit of importance in that.
Big importance on Hawks fans.
Big importance for them. Brisbane Lions and Essendon. Well, Essendon won't make the 8, but Brisbane will be playing for top 2.
Essendon, though, they bounced back last week.
Have you seen how they
2
play?
points out the 8.
Okay. Sydney Swans and Adelaide. Well, care factor there is nil for Adelaide, but there is interest in Sydney retaining top 2.
But are they also going to be able to find some form to go into
that's
finals
the other
with?
thing. But it is the last game. If they haven't found form by the Crows round 24, they ain't finding it.
Okay.
They've got 2 weeks to get there. But this is the reason I'm saying least important to most. It is Super Sunday.
It is, isn't it?
How are these games? For ramifications for top 8 positions
and
top
top
4 and all that sort of stuff. Bulldogs v GWS. Boom. Carlton.
That's at Ballarat.
Correct. Carlton v St Kilda. Carlton could be playing just to make the top 8. That's massive.
Yes.
But I think the big one and the ramification for this is top 4.
It is.
And I've looked at it. Fremantle v Port Adelaide at Optus Stadium. 4:10 our time local.
No, actually, it's 5:40 our time.
Yeah.
Who typed this out?
Local is
Western
WA
time.
because it's in WA.
Western time.
Yeah.
Well, what's that one there?
6:10.
That's
Eastern
Melbourne,
time.
Eastern time.
Stephen, read your notes.
5:40 Adelaide time for everyone catching on.
Oh, well, thank you, but this is still wrong. But anyway, what I will say is that fixture is massive.
Sunday is the day.
Have your say about that. 82230000. What were you doing when you were 14? And keep it clean. We got some text coming through now. I mean, honestly. I mean, please.
And I don't believe them.
Timmy, we are a mature station. Now,
That's
I'm
right.
not, but you are. Sam, you are. Keep them clean and keep them mean. And here's the other big news. The Samford Minor round fixture will land, Timmy.
Tonight at 7 p.m.
And the
I know we had some text on that yesterday.
We did.
It'll
Tonight.
be Samford. Last round will be decided 7 p.m. tonight.
And we are hearing, inverted commas, but from a reliable source that we believe to be at least 100% accurate, that it'll be a...
At least 100%.
Timmy, yeah. Well, how good's
How
our
much
source?
more can it be?
All right. Every single game of the Samford will be 2:10 p.m. Saturday.
All right, well, that sounds good.
That is good.
Super Saturday.
I love it.
There you go. You heard it here first. I'm 5 double A.
All right, coming up tonight, well, lots of your calls, 82230000. We've got a $50 Powers voucher. Jimmy Bartel to join us after 5. We have Where Are They Now with Australian marathon legend Robert de Castella at 5:30. We've got Jason Horne-Francis from Port Adelaide. Looking forward to chatting to South Australia's new men's cricket coach in Ryan Harris, announced yesterday, and we're hoping to catch up with Andrew Gaze at some point as well, live in Paris on the back of the basketball last night and the Opals playing tonight. 18 after 4, your call's next.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Our Runny Drive is back another year supporting Hutt Street Centre and Catherine House, raising funds to provide clean underwear for those less fortunate.
This year there's more ways than ever for you to get involved, including buying your own limited edition Undy Drive socks from the website roughsleeper.com.au.
Yeah, it's that easy, and don't forget you can still head to 5AAundydrive.com.au anytime to donate.
All thanks to Rough Sleeper, Threads for Good, sustainable clothing supporting Adelaide's homeless.
Who can fix the shower?
Service today.
Who can fix the power?
Service today.
Yes, we can, is what we say at Service Today. From emergency plumbing to electrical and heating and cooling, no matter what size job you need, at Service Today the answer will always be yes, we can. It's Service Today guaranteed or it's free. Can you fix the shower? Yes, we can. Can you fix the power? Yes, we can. Yes, we can, is what we say at Service Today. Look out for our bright yellow trucks.
See you again tomorrow, Betty. One of the most important things you can do as you get older is stay active. The Physio Co is a mobile physiotherapy company dedicated to keeping people active throughout retirement and beyond. Their caring, qualified physios will help get your elderly mum or dad moving with confidence by tailoring treatment and exercise plans in the comfort of their own home. Stay active, safe and happy and book the Physio Co today. Just head to thephysioco.com.au.
Lines available. Love your interaction. What were you doing at 14? Looking to book a winter break without breaking the bank, the tin tank they call it. Swap the sofa for a city stay, a starry night sky, or a steamy spa. Ooh, or an outback bar.
Oh, well, that's what you can get. It's wide and varied. It's all sensational. Reignite your sense of adventure by exploring South Australia as it comes alive in winter with fiery events, long lunches, world-class wine, awe-inspiring natural experiences. It's time to winter our way in SA with a last-minute getaway.
We all love a campfire.
Yeah.
And at this time of the year, you can light a campfire just about anywhere. I could put one right in the middle of the 5AA here.
It's a good excuse for me to bring out the guitar too. Because people have had too many Aperols.
That's
and
me.
they think it's good.
They're swimming with the cuttlefish, treating yourself to a city hotel stay. That's great. Accommodation in the city, because it's what they call off-peak rates.
That's right.
You would be amazed. If you've never stayed at a
And it's great
five-star
fun.
hotel in the city,
It's great fun.
now is the time.
Yeah, do it. Visit southaustralia.com/holiday-deals. SA Winter, our way.
Urgent alert. September 1st is the day the 3G network shuts down. Your 3G personal alarm system will stop working. Upgrade to Care Alert's 4G alarm now. Call 1300 75 85 95 to discuss your options. You could even qualify for a free upgrade through My Aged Care or NDIS. Don't wait. There's a rush on upgrades this month. Ensure your safety and peace of mind. That's 1300 75 85 95. Act now before it's too late with Care Alert.
It's showtime at Wayville Hyundai. The best time to get your car serviced with free parking, complimentary $25 food and drink coupon, and a free car wash and vacuum. Change the way you Hyundai at Wayville Hyundai, opposite the showground.
We won't eat no bowls of grueling cardigans hand knit from wool.
We say nay, we say no to nursing homes, we will not go.
We won't stamp no bingo squares in musty old recliner chairs.
We say nay, we say no to nursing homes, we will not go.
We won't watch no soap TV in rooms that reek of potpourri.
We say nay, we say no to nursing homes, we will not go.
Say no to the nursing home. Choose Alpha Support at Home.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
My parents are really proud of me. They came and watched, and I got to see them after as well. And now I get to get a pet dog because they said if I came first, I'd get a pet dog.
22 minutes after 4 on this Wednesday. Just before we get to your calls, we have that many text messages and calls coming in asking, is it a dog or a duck? Didn't think this would be the most important part of the sporting agenda today. Arissa True, their gold medalist last night. So she spoke to Channel 9. Here is the direct quote afterwards. Later she said that, my parents definitely wouldn't let me get a dog or a cat because we're travelling so much right now, so I feel like a duck might be a little bit easier, and I don't know, I just want a duck. That's the mind of a 14-year-old.
Yeah, it's funny. I was saying off air to Rowey, he said, who'd want a duck as a pet? Well, my good wife had a duck as a pet.
Oh.
Similar age, between sort of 12 and 14. Siggy was his name, and she used
Siggy.
to walk it and everything.
Yeah.
Have to pick it up when the dogs came running out of their house.
Well, we had lambs as pets.
Yeah, back in the
We had
farm
Lammy
days.
1, Lammy 2, Lammy 3, Lammy 4. The
dear.
good thing about a duck is you could turn it into Peking duck when you had sick of it.
Oh, Rowey.
Well, couldn't you?
No, you can't do
Goodness
that.
me. It's 23
Not
after
a
4.
pet.
Let's check your traffic out there for Rossdale Homes, the custom home
We own our
2-story
pets.
and split-level specialists.
G'day there, a Kilkenny. Crash to look out for today. Torrens Road near Hanson Road. Another collision at Season. Tapley's Hill Road near Brenthorpe Road. And a smash causing delays at Woodville at the moment. Woodville Road near the St Clair Rec Centre. Big delays at Hillcrest First Waterway there. North East Road outbound as you're approaching St Alt's Road. And at Canberra the Savo. Fraser Avenue and Happy Valley. The Audi demonstrator clearance is on now with exceptional opportunities on select demonstrator models at your Audi dealer until August 31. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
I had a bit of Peking duck and some sushi today. It's quite nice.
Yeah,
A
but
little
it
bit of
wasn't
soy
your
sauce.
pet, was it now?
No. Sorry.
Leave Arissa's pet out of this. Let's go to Ian at One Tree Hill. G'day, Ian.
G'day, guys. How are you?
Good.
Hey, how good is Arissa True? How bloody good is she?
Refreshing.
Beautiful.
Unbelievable. She's my new hero.
Yeah.
Innocent,
Yeah,
pure.
Wasn't it? That was awesome.
They're going to, people need to sign her up. She's going to get so many endorsements. It's not a big buddy.
Yeah, I think
Thanks,
Ian,
Ian.
on that point, you do want them to still be a kid. You
She
know,
will.
that's
Yeah.
the thing about
Yeah.
not making them grow up too quickly. She's 14. I mean, you know how much those next sort of 5 years are real development years. Still let her be a kid. Just be careful of that.
Imagine what big brands would want her to now
Yeah,
sponsor them.
absolutely.
Hey?
Well, I'm thinking of maybe a duck eider down and pillow, you know, with the beautiful feathers.
Or a sushi company. What about a sushi company?
Let's quickly get out of this. Mount Barker. Daryl, g'day, mate.
Yeah, g'day.
G'day, guys. How are you?
Good, buddy.
Timmy, and Rowey, you know that she's going to make more money than we're ever going to make. But, you know, the great thing about her parents was the actual, you know, benefit of, you know, just being a kid, going out there and enjoying your community, enjoying your friends. And I thought that was priceless, the interview on Channel 9 with the parents. It was just so fantastic.
It was lovely.
Guys, I just wanted to ask, are you calling the match against Sydney and Adelaide on the last game of the year in Sydney?
Oh, not in Sydney, we won't be.
You'll be in Adelaide, okay. Because I'm going on I service the airport every day. I'm going on my first flight for 14 years, and I've got members' tickets on that day.
Oh, fantastic.
So,
Well
joy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But anyhow, guys, enjoy your show and speak to you again soon.
Get him up, mate.
Well, good luck over there, mate. Good luck. Let's go to Finland. G'day, Mark. What were you doing at 14, mate?
Well, I just started playing cricket, and I'm 62 now and still playing cricket.
Good
I'm playing veterans cricket now.
Yeah, who do you play for, Mark?
Adelaide Uni.
Adelaide Uni.
Over 60s.
Oh, sensational. And what are some of the blokes like you play against? What other clubs or teams do you play against?
Well, Grange.
Yes, good club.
What they call the Adelaide Easies.
You're better a bowler, mate. Better a bowler.
Well, I like batting now because I'm getting too old to bowl because I've never seen so many hamstrings get torn.
What's the spirit like, Mark, that it's played in? Is it a bit different to when you were, you know, perhaps in your 20s?
Yeah, it's the mateship. You've never met these guys before until like a couple of years ago, and when you do veterans cricket, mate, they're your mates for life.
Oh,
good on you.
Good's
we
that?
play against we play against state. They have national competitions.
Wow.
We've had a couple of guys in our side play for Australia.
Wow.
Over 50s and over 60s.
Unreal.
How many overs? How many overs?
It's 40 overs.
Okay.
And you bowl 8 overs each. Wow. And you make 40 runs and you have to retire.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
So that's good fun. You'll have to come out one day, Rowey and Timmy.
Yeah, well, we'd love to cover it. I was never a good cricketer.
I'd like to think...
Actually, there wasn't a lot of things I was good at. But
I'd like to think I could get to the 40. That'd be good.
Well,
That'd be great. Yeah.
That'd be right.
I did fill in for Jars's team once. They played LOL, 40, Grange, Dolphins, and enjoyed it. Yeah, well, actually, you looked up my score because you thought I was lying, didn't you?
Yeah, I did actually.
Yeah, 27 not out.
That's 27.
That's not bad. Hey, Jars is a good batsman.
Batting at 9 I was, yeah. I'll tell you.
They put the peanuts after 9.
Darren Jarman, he kept and was unbelievable.
Oh,
I thought it was Rodney Marsh. I thought it was Rodney Marsh. He didn't drop a thing. He was unbelievable.
Everything he does is elite.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Here's a text. You don't home style food text. We're talking about dog, cat, and Peking duck and sushi and all of that. Stephen, you're really making it hard to listen to. Bring in Warren, please. Corey.
No.
That's a bit. Well, you'll have him Friday, Corey.
Yeah, well, you've only got 2 days left.
Just on the draw. That round 24 AFL fixture is out, if you haven't heard. We did get a text saying only one Victorian team travels, which I think he's thinking of Essendon at the Gabba, but technically Hawthorn and North Melbourne go down to Tassie.
They do.
So technically 3.
But it's their home.
Yeah, I see what he's...
but isn't that an absolute VFL joke? That is just taking the P155.
Are you surprised?
No.
No. All I can say is they're consistent. They're very consistent in making sure that it's very...
And the Crows are going, just imagine if they were in the... They're not. They're going all the way to Sydney and you guys are going all the way to Perth.
Yeah, but the thing is you get that week off now.
That's
so
true.
All of that
Actually,
comes
that's
out
true.
of it. That week off just fixes
That's
everything, I think, and gives people in that bottom 4 of the top 8 an opportunity, as the Bulldogs proved in 2016.
And Chris might just take us to the break with an interesting question that hasn't really been considered yet. Is 14 too young to be competing at the Olympics?
I actually brought that up, didn't I, yesterday, about all those young skaters that sort of 2 days ago that fell over in their first...
BMX.
It's BMX, that's right. It was quite... What would you say? It's intimidating. Olympics is a world stage, all the rest of it. I'm sort of with you, Chris. I actually think that there maybe should be some sort of age limit. Now, we know that, our own Arissa has proven people wrong and the like, but there's lots of others that'll be going home a bit shattered. How do they handle that mentally at, say, 15 years of age?
But open age is open age.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't see the entire event.
Yeah,
was she up against adults?
Not really. They were all young.
All teens.
All under 19, weren't they?
Yeah.
So they said, okay, they've got to be young.
Well, it's just the best in the world in that category.
And that's probably only really in that age group, aren't they, that are taking on that Olympic sport. It is 4:30. We've got the headlines coming up. Jason Horne-Francis next.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Brettig. The state's major events, including the Royal Show, are being assessed after the national terror threat level was raised. The Reserve Bank's warning inflation will remain high for months longer than previously thought. A kindy care trial has started in SA with 10 kindies offering childcare till 6 p.m. And both the Crows and Port will be playing their final games of the season away from home. Now checking 5AA traffic.
The new McSmart meal from Macca's. 2 burgers, small fries and small soft drink. $6.95. T's and C's apply.
Got a few crashes to look out for today. One at Waterloo Corner Road near Port Wakefield Road. Another one at Kilkenny, Torrens Road near Hanson Road, and smash at Seaton to look out for too. Tapley's Hill Road near Brenthorpe Road. What about at Hillcrest causing big delays? Northeast Road outbound as you're approaching St Alts Road with the camera tonight. Fraser Avenue at Happy Valley. Freedom's ultimate sofa sale ends Sunday. Get 10 to 50% off all leather and fabric sofas. That's every sofa in every size, style and colour. Only at Freedom, home of sofas. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Sunny and 18 today, at the moment 17. More news at 5 and as it happens on 5AA.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
These over-governed country bears, if there weren't so many political mediocrities out there just blowing public money trying to win elections. Did you see the story in Queensland yesterday? The Queensland government has announced that it's going to buy its own service stations to sell petrol.
Yes, that's an example.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
What role have the state got in selling petrol? What are we, Venezuela?
It's an environment where there's no incentive for governments to do the right thing.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Feel the chill in the air? Not at CMAX. While it's cold outside, you can bask in warmth and opportunity at CMAX. Picture this, you're snuggled up indoors, cosy and earning money by participating in our clinical trials. Be part of medical advancement while you stay comfy. With lots of trials to choose from, there's something for everyone. Visit cmax.com.au now and register your interest today. That's cmax.com.au. Stay cosy. Stay with CMAX.
From the creators of the 2021 and 2022 Drive Car of the Year comes the next big thing. The all-electric 7-seat Kia EV9. The 2024 Drive and now World Car of the Year. Visit your nearest Kia showroom or find out more at kia.com.au.
Kia. Movement that inspires.
Well, if you're in business, manufacturing, warehousing, it could be any business, Sharman Shelving can help you keep everything organised. It's a real time saver. It saves you money. And as we know, time is money.
That's correct. And Bill and his team, and I've actually spoke to Bill and I went out there and had a look, and he said, look, go and see Christine first. She's the expert and all the rest of it. I'll come out and measure and quote, but she's the expert, don't worry. And his team at Sharman Shelving have been doing it for years in businesses all over SA, improving workflow efficiencies. And I can see how it works. Having been out there and had a look how it operates, it's amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's revolutionising space. Is that the word?
All revolutionising
space. That's all you have to worry about. Now, the cost is one thing, but remember, Sharman Shelving isn't just about short-term fixes. It's about investment in long-term organisation with affordable solutions and designs for any budget.
Spot on. Get in touch with Bill and Christine for free measuring quote, and they'll gladly show you what's possible. Every business needs a little Sharman in their life. SharmanShelving.com.au or take a look on Facebook.
There is care in simplicity. Our experienced team understand that keeping things simple and easy is the best approach. Visit simplicityfunerals.com.au or call us 24/7 to get started today. Simplicity Funerals. Easy, respectful, simple.
New Zealand. Spectacular, safe, friendly and the perfect getaway destination. Holiday Wonders offers the most value-packed 17-day fully inclusive Grand Pacific holiday package. Fly direct from Adelaide with Air New Zealand and tour both the North and South Islands with meals, accommodation and endless highlights. Enjoy over $1,000 per couple in bonus value and a $200 per person discount. Regular departures available from September 2024 to May 2025. Holidaywonders.com.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the FIVEAA Sports Show.
It's 25 minutes to 5 on this Wednesday. Jimmy Bartel's coming up at 5 o'clock. And where are they now with Rob de Castella at 5:30?
Absolutely. Just having a look at the unique homestyle food text. What were you doing? This is a good one. I don't know if this refers to a duck, but it reminds me of my eldest son in muck-up day at his college. They brought in into school 3 sheep and sprayed the numbers 1, 2 and 4 on them. The teacher searched for the sheep.
This made the front page of the paper.
But only could find
number 3.
Yeah. They couldn't find number 3.
I reckon it was
that
PAC.
Is very good.
That's very funny.
Isn't it?
That is very funny.
Don't get any ideas.
That
kids
made
at
the
cars.
papers, that one.
That's great.
That is very clever.
Peter says on the text as well, remember that Romanian gymnast Nadia Comaneci? She was only 14 at Moscow. She got a perfect 10. Yes, that's a famous one.
Nadia Comaneci, what
I
a
remember
legend.
her.
They're
14.
the only one to get perfect 10s, yeah. So, and young. And she was a national hero there. So, yeah, look, it's probably horses for courses as far as the individual goes. But, yeah, it's a big ask for a young person, isn't it?
And Derek even says there was a young girl from China in the skateboarding who was 11 years old.
Well, that's too young.
Meanwhile,
Yes,
there was a
saw
man-
her competing. Yeah, at 11, her legs were so skinny. I thought, poor little thing, well, she might be able to hold the board up. So, anyway, we got a huge game. Port Adelaide, of course. What a win they had against Sydney Swans. That was just about outstanding.
Unreal.
They're going to go over Saturday night to the MCG and take on Melbourne to try and continue this upward graph into the finals. We've got one of their superstars on the line, Jason Horne-Francis. Welcome.
Howdy, boys. How we going?
Good. Hey, yeah, that was one out of the box one, wasn't it, mate? No passengers in that win.
Yeah, no, it was unbelievable. Yeah, I think the boys got a lot of confidence and belief out of the weekend, and it was a great game to be a part of.
Now, we've only sort of lost the one in the last 6, and it was, the Gold Coast loss there, but the probably the kicker in the pants was that Brisbane loss. How do you think we've improved since that?
Yeah, I think we just, we're continuously trying to improve each week, and I guess that was a bit of a reality check for our team, and I think it come at a good time, I guess, like just coming off the bye and, to get that, and we, there's a lot of things we're still working on. Our defence probably wasn't up to standard in our contest. They pantsed us in that area. So, like I said, we're continuously working. We're still continuously working on our defence and, getting our contest and our pressure right. And I think, if we can maintain that throughout the year, we'll go pretty well.
Can I just talk about you for a sec? I know you don't want to, but I don't want you listening to your coaches, JHF, Jason. Do not change anything. I want you to keep cracking in and playing on the red line. That's your DNA.
How do you know they haven't said that?
Well, that is now that's
There's
the
a
question.
concept. There's
Now
a
that's the
concept.
question. Well, there's been a lot written. Jason, you tell us. What have they said to you about your game?
No, I think, the coaches that I have around me are, unbelievable with giving me confidence to just go play, how I want to play and, play on the edge a little bit. And they just, I think they put full trust and confidence that I won't step across that line and, I'll play on the edge and, how I kind of do it, which is, really, really pleasing. And I'm really grateful that I have, such good coaches around me that just back me in.
Yeah, well, I love what you do. You keep it up and keep developing. Are you enjoying your extra minutes up front?
Yeah, I think so. We've got such a good and talented midfield, and there's so many good players in there. So I guess it allows me to get forward a little bit and play with the forward line that we've got up there, which is really good. And I enjoy going down there. I guess working a bit of craft down there and then rewarding myself as well, which is really pleasing. But I think, all of us mids have got the capability of going down there whenever we want to, so it's really good.
Well, it is a luxury because Connor Rosie's not bad, and Jason Horne-Francis isn't bad, and Butters isn't bad. What do you think the perfect percentage would be for you, midfield minutes to forward?
Yeah, I think it's just for me. I'm still probably not the fittest going around, and for me, it's kind of whenever I get a bit knackered, I just try to rest down there whenever I can, and that's usually a little. It doesn't take me much to get knackered, so it's probably like at the moment it's like a 50-50 kind of thing, and I think I guess it's just whatever suits, and I think that suits pretty well. There's no restricted time limit where I can be in the middle or forward, so like I said, I'm just really grateful for the position I'm in at the moment.
Jason, this is your third season of AFL. How do you think you've improved this season?
I think it's just got a little bit of consistency with my footy, I think. I said it today in my press conference. I feel like previously I've probably been a bit of a highlight reel and maybe not backing it up after a good game one week, but I feel like, this year just a bit of consistency in my game and really clear on what role I've got to play for the team, which has just really helped me throughout the year to get that consistency, I guess. So that's probably been the most pleasing part of the year.
We've had a couple of new big men in the team, of course, Ivan Soldo and Jordan Sweet. Sweety's had to take over that number one role with Ivan being out injured. He's really growing into the role. How's it like, all you guys working with him? He seems to be connecting really well.
Yeah, no, he's awesome to work with. I think he's just growing with confidence week after week. He's come over here and fighting for the number one rock spot like our rucks are, and it's good to have that internal competition there. But yeah, he's just taken it on so well, and he communicates so well with the mids and competes so hard. So, we can't talk highly of him and what he does for the team. And, when he's up and about, us mids are up and about as well. So we love having him in the team.
There's a lot of debate over your front six, and I think selection's the only criteria because you play the right way, you've definitely got the talent, and the letter doesn't lie this far in, and all the best for the last three games, obviously. The debate's over the front six. Are you a three tools kind of guy? You reckon two tools can do it, and hybrids like you that can come out the box?
Yeah, two and a Georgiades.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it is a difficult one, and I think, like I said, that's good. It's good to have that pressure, coming from all the young keys like Lordie's putting some pressure on, the older boys, which is awesome. So, and then you've got Todd and to chuck in the mix there as well. So it's awesome to have that, like I said, internal pressure and competition. It just what makes footy clubs, I guess, good. I'm not sure what we go best with, but I feel like, the three tools can suit because, I feel like the way we play sometimes we like to just get it in there and lock it in there, and the tools, they do a mountain of work and just bring the ball to ground. So, I'm not sure, but I definitely like a few tall heads up there to kick to and just bring the ball to ground. And I'm sure the smalls love it as well.
Now, Jason, are you a dreamer? Do you look too far ahead? Can you stay in the moment? Do you dare to dream? Because you've got a team that can go a long way. In the last 4 weeks, by the numbers, and these are the inverted commas premiership numbers, only Dogs, Port and Lions can win it from here. Do you think you can win it?
Yeah, well, I think, we've got a lot of belief, now coming off, especially these last two games that we've played, with first two, top four sides and had two good wins. So I think the boys get a lot of confidence and belief out of that. And I think, if we play our right way and, on the day we're playing some really good footy, I think we can go all the way. And I know there's a lot of confidence around there internally that we can do that. And I guess we've put ourselves in a good position now that we're third on the ladder now. So, hopefully we can maintain that top four spot. Because I know it is difficult to win outside the top four. And if we can position ourselves well for finals, I think anything can happen.
Part of that is winning your very next game, and that is Melbourne at the MCG. Certainly won't be easy, but it's great, I reckon, to challenge yourself against the midfield that sort of includes, Gawn, Oliver, Viney, Langdon, Bowie. So it's another big challenge. Yeah, definitely. I think, like I said last week, the challenge last week was there, and I think us midfielders, we love the challenge, and we love coming up against a good midfield side, and that's what the D's are. So, they got an unbelievable ruckman and Gawn, so
we're going to have to, help Sweetie out with that and work around him. But yeah, we've got a big challenge, especially going over to Melbourne, playing on the MCG as well. I feel like it's a good opportunity for us. That's where the grand finals played. So if we can get some good footy there and get a bit of exposure to the ground, it's going to be great for us. So I'm really excited for what we can do this week, and hopefully it's going to be a good challenge.
Caught much of the Olympics, mate? Anything caught your eye?
Oh, not too much. It's on bloody too late usually. I get home and I'm a bit of a PlayStation man, so I jump on the PlayStation whenever I can. So,
rightio. What games are you playing? What are you into?
A few of the boys are back on Fortnite, so they're playing a bit of Fortnite.
Pretty old. Yeah, you're flossing again?
Games.
You're flossing again?
What the hell?
Yeah, that's it.
It's a little thing in Fortnite. Don't worry about it.
Oh, my
I'll
God.
teach
The
you
fact
later.
that you even know that scares me. Just one last one, Hornet. If you were an Olympian, I've got you pegged as a javelin thrower. What would you be?
Oh, that's actually really funny because we had a bit of Olympics going at the moment at the club, and we have javelin the other day, and my mids group that we had, we scored 1 point. Only one person got it into where we needed to get it to. So.
Oh, God.
So that's
I was putrid. So I don't know.
Okay. Well, hang on. Well, let's work it out. So you said you're not a good runner, so long distance is out.
I reckon a long jump,
Something
powerful.
Yeah, something explosive.
Yeah. What'd you do at high school? In the old sports days. What'd you do there? Well,
I did a bit of high jump, a bit of 100 metre. If they had a 20 metre or a 50 metre, I might have been all right at that.
Yeah. Well, we can reduce it. Yeah.
Well, what about
Just bring the
archery
ribbon
or
down.
shooting or I don't know, dancing with a ribbon? Like Will.
Yeah, well, you never know. I don't know. Archery could be a good one.
You know what? The only thing I want you to dance with is a flag, my friend. So,
Come on, Jason.
Mr. Horne-Francis,
Well
thank you
said.
very much for your time, mate. I'm going to end this interview because Rowey's taking it down a bad path. All right, mate?
All right.
Thanks very much for your time, mate, and all the best against the D's.
Thank you very much for having me on, boys.
He was very respectful when I said, I don't want you listening to the coach. Why would he listen to one word that came out of my gob?
It was funny because I
But I'm
thought to
trying
myself...
to back. I don't want that kid to change.
But I was thinking to
one
myself,
thing.
the coaches probably have told him exactly
But that's
what you did.
that's where I was going with it.
Well, it didn't sound like it when you emphatically said, don't listen to him.
I did say that, Jason. I apologise.
Firm instruction, wasn't
Jason Horne-Francis, our guest.
All right, we're going to take your calls after the break. 8223 0000. We've got that $50 Powers voucher to give away, so get on the line. It can be all yours very soon. On the back of Arissa True, what were you doing at 14 years of age? She's winning gold medals. What were you up to? Let's check your roads out there.
G'day there. A few collisions this afternoon. One at Waterloo Corner Road near Port Wakefield Road. Another smash at Kilkenny, Torrens Road near Hanson Road. And another smash at Seaton, Tapley's Hill Road near Brenthorpe Road. Best Watermain causing really slow traffic at the moment at Hillcrest, North East Road outbound as you're approaching St Alts Road, with a camera tonight at Gorge Road at Parracombe. Business owners, get a grip on payments with SmartPay's zero-cost FBOS. Tell your current provider to talk to the hand and switch today. Minimum turnover and T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Problem?
We have a Houston.
Houston, snap on goal!
Port Adelaide lethal leg Dan Houston joins David and Will each week on 5AA Breakfast, thanks to Barreau Hotels. For the perfect meal, visit the Bergenhead Tavern, Excelsior, or Lighthouse Wharf. You just know it's a Barreau Hotel.
Visit Jarvis Toyota's brand new undercover home in Brighton Road, Somerton Park, and take advantage of savings across the Toyota certified pre-owned range. Enjoy the same feeling you get with a new Toyota at Jarvis, with all certified pre-owned vehicles tested and backed by Toyota, including a full service history and 90-point safety check. Toyota certified pre-owned, in a class of its own. Your Toyota journey starts at the new Jarvis Toyota, Brighton Road, Somerton Park, proudly celebrating 23 years of great deals.
You could live the dream in a brand new Scott Salisbury bungalow in Glenelg East with no mortgage, no worries, and $500,000 in the bank. The Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery is back. There are over 10,000 prizes, including $1 million cash, plus luxury vehicles, holidays of a lifetime and more. Life-changing prizes, life-changing impact. Get your tickets now at homelottery.com.au. Licence M14585.
Hey guys, did you know that all Austrac Campus hybrids are built for all Australian conditions because they include Pettis shock absorbers and Timkins bearings?
AUSTRAC Campus.
Cruise Europe in 2025 with APT and Phil Hoffman Travel. Discover iconic cities, fairy tale towns and hidden gems aboard APT's brand new luxury river ships featuring luxuriously appointed suites and 6 unique world-class dining venues. APT's 15-day all-inclusive Europe river cruise starts from $7,995 per person with return international flights included and savings of up to $2,000 per couple. Visit pht.com.au.
Home is where the heart is. Everyone deserves to live in their home in complete comfort. For those who need care support to remain at home, Always Care is always there, providing everything from nursing and medical treatment to personal care such as showering, cleaning or cooking. If you or a loved one requires at-home care and has a gold or white TVA card, ask your GP about Always Care. Find out more at alwayscare.com.au.
Giving up smoking can be a real challenge. Those nicotine cravings can hit at any time, and sometimes they're pretty hard to resist. The thing is, your willpower is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. But sometimes you need a little extra help to keep them at bay. Nicorette Quick Mist relieves nicotine cravings fast, and Nicorette Quick Mist Smart Track comes with a tracking app so you can track your progress. Help give more power to your willpower with Nicorette. Always read the label and follow the directions for use. Stop smoking aid.
Tired of waking up tired? IKEA can help. Start building a more sleep-friendly space with IKEA, the one-stop shop for snoozing. So wake up. It's time to sleep. Make it happen at ikea.com.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
This was always the plan, after the decision was, do you want to be part of this journey of the rebuild? And the Olympics and the World Cup and the Olympics were back to back, and there was a short time frame because of COVID. I think I've been an important piece of this process, and it's time to move away. And I think, again, when I get off the plane, I walk away feeling proud of my contribution over the 16 years I've been involved with the Boomers.
8 minutes to 5. That is Brian Goorjian. He stepped down today as the Boomers coach after their campaign at the Olympics ended last night in overtime against Serbia. The Opals play tonight in their quarter-final. We'll speak to Jenna O'Hea from Channel 9 shortly.
Oh, it was a bit disappointing, really, to be 25 goals up and lose.
The way we
there.
started, we should have been able to go on with it.
Yeah.
It's funny, we also did the same thing in the other game against Greece. We had an incredible first half, and then all of a sudden it was like different team came out after half time.
This was the biggest comeback of all time in Olympic basketball.
It's unreal.
For Serbia.
Should never have lost.
That's
24
embarrassing,
points
isn't it?
down.
Here's a text. You're amazing, Ro. Oh, thank you. And then I read on.
Yeah.
As soon as you take your left foot out of your gob, you put your right foot in it. Hello, Ray at Semaphore Park.
Hi, Rowey. How you going? And Timmy?
Hey, Ray.
We had a good win the other night. Now, when I was 14, I was working on a sheep station. Now, get prepared for this, Rowey.
Wow.
We were mustering sheep and we were doing the
That dropped out. Say what? Say that again.
Crutching,
you dropped out.
crutching.
Oh, crutching.
Yeah,
I've done that.
yeah.
Bloody
No, we
years.
were lamb tailing.
Tailing, love it.
And we would cut their tails off, then we'd go to the little testicle bags, and then we'd get our pieces back.
Yeah, well, we had to drop
Thanks,
that little
Ray.
bit out. But Ray, I tell you, have you ever done this? Made a little bonfire, let the coals simmer till they're boiling hot, throw the lamb's tails on there while they're in their wool, and the meat on the bone steams, and it just cooks it brilliantly. You pull the wool off like a sock.
That sounds like a country thing.
And you chew the bone like corn on a cob. It's the best lamb you'll ever eat.
Wow. No, I've never heard of that.
It should be a delicacy. It actually should be in at Gaucho's on their menu.
Oh. Sure, Joe wants to hear that.
Lamb's tail. It should be.
I've got a unique home-style food text I've got to explain. Timmy, how was a loss to Brisbane more telling than a loss to Gold Coast? By the way they did it. By the way they lost. That was the difference in that one. So there you go, just letting you know.
I think the biggest issue of these games is clearly going to end up being the gender eligibility debate. And sadly that it is, that a individual, and probably a beautiful lady, we don't know, Aman Kelf, she's a boxer. The IBF have confirmed she's got the XY chromosome. Now that final that women's gold medal 66 kilo bout will be Saturday morning at 6 a.m. I reckon that could end up being one of the most watched Olympic events, not up there with the 100-metre final or anything. There is just a lot of interest around it. Now, I don't wish for either person to win, a lady to win, but there needs to be some real clarity, and it's not Aman's fault.
I've got to say, it's been one of the more badly handled.
That's probably a good word.
I think issues of this whole Olympics, and it's an IBF not communicating with IOC,
and they're blaming each other.
They're blaming each other,
and all false information's coming out.
Imani's caught in the middle of it, and this controversy is not the forbearing of her fault. Yeah. It's the forbearing of the two organisations not being able to sort their...
One being the IBF. But it's akin to this. Like you want it to be a pure sport. You want to think that the organising committees, this case it's the IBF with the International Olympic Committee, have got everyone that's there. I mean, if you've got drugs in your system, you get tested and you're out. Because everyone that's on the blocks or in the bout or on a yacht or on a skateboard want to know that you're competing against... people that are clean, etc. Now, if a lady has XY chromosomes and has an X amount of testosterone in there, we need to know that.
They need to sort that out prior.
But again, with all this testing, with all the testing, surely they'd know.
Yeah. Don't always assume that the IOC are infallible.
Well, no, but you can do a blood test and know what your chromosome is.
Yeah,
can't you?
I'm saying that the IBF have already done that, and that's why they said that they're not able to compete. So this is where it's all got clouded, and the IOC said no, carry on. So it's been, I think, incredibly badly handled, incredibly badly reported, especially early on, and it's caused an enormous amount of controversy and grief.
And is it the word untasteful? It's just
distasteful. Yeah,
that's the word.
Yep. There's an element of that in this situation, which is making it hard for a lot of people to get their heads around. It is currently a couple of minutes to 5. We have the news coming up. Jimmy Bartel's going to join us afterwards, and we love your calls as well. 8223 0000.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. Catch all the action from the Olympic Games in Paris as 5AA brings you Nines coverage live each evening from 11:30. Don't miss a minute of the action as our Aussie stars set their sights on gold medal glory. Tune in tonight following Leith Forest as we cross to France for Nines coverage. Paris 2024, live from 11:30 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
How to get Dad off-road with confidence and give him a shot at the ultimate Father's Day gift. Get into TJM and check out their Father's Day sale on now. You could win the old boy or yourself a trip for two to the NRL Grand Final in Sydney with flights, accommodation and an incredible game day experience. Spend $79 or more on TJM products at TJM Ranella or Nailsworth to go in the draw. Head in store now. T's and C's apply.
New Zealand. Spectacular, safe, friendly and the perfect getaway destination. Holiday Wonders offers the most value-packed 17-day fully inclusive Grand Pacific holiday package. Fly direct from Adelaide with Air New Zealand and tour both the North and South Islands with meals, accommodation and endless highlights. Enjoy over $1,000 per couple in bonus value and a $200 per person discount. Regular departures available from September 2024 to May 2025. holidaywonders.com.au.
Australia's leading manufacturer of wheels to the mining, civil and transport industries is Rimex. And now Rimex has a local certified workshop right here in Adelaide. Wheel repairs, testing and certification, custom wheel builds and a full range of spares and accessories. Rimex. Tyre supplier to the transport and civil industries, plus the Boto range of OTR tyres. Rimex. Better wheels, built strong with proven performance. Rimex. Call 707 88527 or visit rimex.com.au.
We won't eat no bowls of grueling cardigans hand knit from wool.
We say nay, we say no to nursing homes we will not go.
We won't stamp no bingo squares in musty old recliner chairs.
We say nay, we say no to nursing homes we will not go.
We won't watch no-soap TV in rooms that reek of potpourri.
We say nay, we say no to nursing homes, we will not go.
Say no to the nursing home. Choose Alpha Support at Home.
If the bank's declined your business loan, no worries. Universal Finance make business loans easy. No financials required. Unsecured business loans and business overdrafts. Universal Finance can help your business now. For lightning fast settlement, sometimes in just a matter of hours. See Universal Finance in Kent Town today. Or search Universal Finance right now. This is general advice only, and you should consider the terms and conditions before determining whether this advice is suitable for your situation.
Damn, that hit my car.
Don't stress. Dent Revolution will fix it.
Dent Revolution? Why them?
They made my car look like new with their paintless dent repairs. It's quick, RAA approved, cheaper than traditional dent repair methods, and they can come to you.
Really? I like the sound of that.
Dents happen, but we've got you covered. Visit dentrevolution.com.au and send us your dent photos to get a quick quote today.
Up-to-the-minute news for South Australia. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Clear tonight, showers tomorrow, a high of 15. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Kendall Brettig. Police are working closely with Royal Adelaide show organisers to make sure it's as safe as possible. It comes after the terror threat level was raised this week to probable. But Commissioner Grant Stevens says there's no intelligence to suggest the show will be a target.
I just encourage people to go about their normal lives. This is a national threat level. It is making sure that agencies like police or other security agencies are turning their minds to potential risk. But the bottom line is be aware of your surroundings. If you have any concerns or fears, call police or contact the National Security Hotline.
While a 14-year-old boy charged with terror offences has been released on bail, the teenager from regional SA is accused of accessing extremist material on his school computer, including how to make explosives. He can return to school, but can't access computers or phones. The case will return to court in September. Police are investigating an early morning break-in at a Blair Athol liquor licence premises where an ATM was targeted. A white van reversed into the glass doors of the premises on Main North Road, and a front passenger then attached a ratchet strap to the ATM. The van drove off, pulling out half the ATM, but that half didn't contain any cash. It was later found abandoned nearby after the thieves probably discovered that. Police are asking any witnesses to come forward. The Reserve Bank's warning inflation will remain high for months longer than previously thought. Zach De Silva has details.
RBA officials have faced a parliamentary inquiry a day after the bank decided to keep the cash rate on hold. They're forecasting inflation won't return to the 3% target until the end of next year. Assistant Governor Dr. Sarah Hunter says Australia's economy is stronger than previously thought.
The return of inflation to target will take a little bit longer.
Dr. Hunter also says government energy bill rebates won't help reduce inflation in the long run, but Treasurer Jim Chalmers has told the ABC they'll make an important short-term difference.
Our cost of living policies are helping to push inflation down in the near term.
Reserve Bank officials are also allaying fears of a US recession, saying it's possible but not likely.
A survey suggests more than 25% of all Australians are worried about becoming homeless. The Salvo report shows 71% of respondents who've accessed financial support are living with housing stress, and 33% are behind on paying their rent or mortgage. 4 illegal fishing boats have been intercepted off the northern WA coast. Border Force says it stopped 1 vessel and another 3 were found after further investigations. The boats were first spotted by traditional owners around 370 kilometres northeast of Broome. Kamala Harris has announced her running mate in the US presidential election 3 months out from polling day. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is the Democrats' candidate for vice president. The military veteran and former high school football coach has made his first official appearance at a rally in Philadelphia. He used the occasion to launch a blistering attack on Donald Trump.
Trump weakens our economy to strengthen his own hand. He mocks our laws. He sows chaos and division, and that's to say nothing of his record as president.
Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Get up to 40% off winter coats, jumpers, jackets and knitwear at Ignition for Men while stocks last.
There's growing support among AFL club CEOs for a wild card round to be introduced. The 7th side on the ladder would play 10th and 8th would face 9th for the final 2 spots in the finals. AFL boss Andrew Dillon says the concept's being seriously considered.
Gather round was a thought bubble at one stage and we've seen how successful that's been, and it's something that we'll look at, but the final 8 has been tried and tested and it's worked pretty well for the competition for a long time.
While the AFL's confirmed the fixture for the final round of the season, the Crows will play Sydney at the SCG on the Saturday night and Port take on Fremantle in Perth in the last match of the round. Arissa True has won Australia's latest gold medal of the Paris Games, taking out the final of the women's park skateboarding. The teenager's the youngest ever Aussie medalist at just 14 years and 87 days old. While the boxer at the centre of the Olympic gender dispute is through to the final, Amani Khalif will fight for gold after winning her semi-final 5-0. The IOC's Mark Adams says for the good of the sport there needs to be changes in the boxing competition.
We have organised boxing both here in Paris and at the Tokyo Games. We are not a federation, obviously, and we desperately need a new federation to run boxing.
Now checking 5AA traffic.
The new McSmart meal from Macca's. 2 burgers, small fries and small soft drink. $6.95. T's and C's apply.
G'day there at Waterloo Corner. A crash, Waterloo Corner Road near Port Wakefield Road. Woodville burst water main, Woodville Road near St Clair Rec Centre. Hillcrest burst water main causing quite big delays at the moment. North East Road outbound as you're approaching St Olts Road. Busy Brighton Road, Brighton. Slow South Road at Edwardstown with a Carrick-Sherwood Road, Ranella. Try the Optus mobile network free for 7 days with the Optus Network trial. Sign up with an eSIM via the My Optus app. Visit optus.com.au/trial. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Clear tonight and showers tomorrow, a high of 15. Partly cloudy on Friday, 16. And Saturday mostly sunny, 17. Then up to 20 for Sunday. At the moment, 16. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Kate Collins. Tonight, SA Events reviewed concern over radicalised teens. Hear from our Police Commissioner on Australia's terror threat. A close call for a local church congregation as a driver comes crashing in. And after 12 years of heartache, see Adelaide cyclist Matthew Glates's medal-winning moment, shared with another South Aussie. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 now.
Setting the agenda for South Australia. This is 5AA, always Adelaide.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Welcome back. It is 7 minutes after 5 on this Wednesday afternoon. Lovely sunny day for you out there, Adelaide. As the sun starts to dip, still to come on the show, we have Where Are They Now with Rob de Castella, great Olympian here in Australia. We'll cross to Paris. Jenna O'Hay from Channel 9 to talk Boomers and the Opals. Lots to go through there. And our new South Australian men's cricket coach, Ryan Harris, will join us as well. And we'll take your calls, 8223 0000. But right now, thanks to Statesman Windows, Adelaide's most trusted boutique window company, SA family owned and operated since 1980. Let's chat to Jimmy.
Bartel checks onto brilliantly.
He can do it all, James Bartel.
Here's my Bravo man.
Jimmy Bartel on the 5AA Sports Show.
Oh, gee, it must be, what day is it? Wednesday. It's
It
Jimmy
is.
Bartel Day. Jimmy, how are you?
Not bad. I tried my hardest for you, Rowey. I tried to set it up, saying Geelong by 1,000. And
Yes.
there was actually a moment there, especially in the third quarter, when their midfield started to get on top. I thought, hang on, I might have done the trick for Rowey here.
I gave you 30 points in, so a bottle of Rusden Black Guts, thanks. Nah, Jimmy, you're right. Hey, I know you don't like talking about yourself, but I see here that you're looking to step down from the GWS Giants. Is that true?
Yeah, it is. Look, it'll be 6 years, so 2-3 year stints. I think it's a good time to hand over the reins, and the way I sort of concluded in my mind is a lot of things that I went in there to try and do. I think we've achieved a lot of them, especially in the football department, but across the board. So coaches re-signed, key players are re-signed, some great people in the coaching staff, footy department. The team's going well. It's got a really good culture there at the moment. And it's been great for me, to be honest, and I can only recommend anyone who gets the opportunity to work with the Giants to take it up, because it is a fantastic club and it exposes you to some different thinking.
Okay, so it's been written that you're going to explore other options. Let's explore them together, Jimmy. Is this like a career counsellor that you see in American movies?
Okay. So where do you see yourself in 3 years' time?
So box A might be an itch that needs scratching is coaching. I know you'd be fantastic in the Laura Kane's footy department role. It might be Clubland. I think you're a Clubland man. I don't know, media has been fantastic for. I don't care what you do, you're going to do it well, Jimmy, but you tell us.
No, I appreciate the pump up. I might actually just take you into any interview and go, here's my PowerPoint presentation. Take it away, Rowey. No, I think the reason why I said I'm open to anything in football is because I love the game, and first and foremost, I love it. I live it and breathe it. It's given me so much. So, I've done so many different things. I've been at the AFL a while ago. I've been at the Brisbane Lions and now the Giants, and of course my career at the Cats. The media has been good for me too, because you sit next to Lee Matthews every Saturday, you can learn a thing or two. And then you also, I think over my 7 years in the media, I've probably watched, nearly 400 games of football. So I've seen enough of it. I don't know what it is. I guess I'm not really answering your question well there. I don't know what it looks like until, hopefully maybe something comes my way. But at the moment, I'll finish up the year with the Giants and see what's out there.
Well, we look forward to whatever you do, and because you'll do it well, as Rowey said. But if you're part of our show, doing that role, whatever it may be, we'll be happy as well. So it just keeps going.
Win-win.
Hey, mate, on to the footy. Did you see the Port Adelaide victory against Sydney coming? I mean, I don't know that anybody saw it coming, but it was an absolute freight train.
It was. I actually flicked on that game first, of course, the two Saturday night games, and I thought, about 50, because I was really fascinated to see how the pair would go against the Swannies. Would the Swannies lift a little bit? So the first 10, 15 minutes, I went, hang on, are the Swans doing the same gag that they've done most of the year, which is give up a big start?
Yeah.
And then a bit of me was like, well, I better watch a bit of Pendle's 400, because that'll be the talking point, particularly in Melbourne the next day, and how the Blues going to bounce back. And I looked at the score and went, no, there's something playing up on the television. There's something wrong there.
It's a glitch.
There's a glitch there. Why is Sydney on 0? Surely that bit isn't working. And then checked the phone apps, and I went, I'm going to have to flick back. And I think the thing for me, and I reckon I spoke to you guys a little while ago, I reckon Georgiades is starting to really take that forward line.
Oh, yeah.
I think he probably thought at half time he had 9 coming his way, the way he was going in the first half. But I love the way in the last month in particular, I know he missed a week, of course, but his last month of football, he looks in real command of his game, like his presence. He's coming at the kicker really well. His goal kicking's always been pretty damn good. But you can then almost see the big Chaz realise he doesn't have to be the big banana.
Yep.
The interesting thing is how long Radicalaire stays forward. Was that out of form down back, or they actually think that's a weapon for them? And Willem Drew, I just love the way he plays footy. I know we focus on all the others, but he plays footy like a number of my older teammates, not so much Cameron Ling, but the way sort of Joel Corey used to play, used to take the opposition's best around the stoppage and then still try and win the footy.
Yeah, which is very valuable for Port Adelaide. But, yeah, I heard you sort of mention about Esava there. Now, I think Port Adelaide have found that 2 key defenders and a Bergman works very well. So without Marshall, it's allowed Esava to go forward. I just love the way he attacks the football. I think he has a defender's mindset once it hits the ground as well. So I think he's been an advantage there.
The other element to that is you can always swing him back, but it also gives you flexibility too if you need a 5-10 minute chop out in the ruck, because he did do a little bit of that when he first arrived at the Cats. So I guess if he can get his sort of forward craft up a little bit, well, now you've got a 200 centimetre player that you can swing either end, just depending on what the game throws at you.
Let's talk about Dusty Martin and Tommy Hawkins. Park Dusty for a sec. You played with Tom Hawkins. He's going to retire a Geelong great and a game great. Jimmy?
Yeah, absolute legend of the Geelong Footy Club. And the thing about it is I love seeing people get reward for their work. And this guy come in, and it's funny, as his career went on, he got leaner. If you can imagine that. He was enormous as a 16, 17-year-old. but he worked his backside off. He did everything. It's understanding your craft, and that's what frustrates me a lot with key forwards in particular is, when I have conversations with different ones, like, do you know how Tom Hawkins gets space? No, not really. Have you ever just gone along to a game and sat behind the goals and watched how hard he works, his leading patterns? You know what? He's actually probably the type of guy, if you got his number, he'd give you all that information anyway. That's the type of guy he is. And I just see, time after training, him just working on leading, working on just getting the ball kicked into his hands, and then he got all the rewards. And if you look at it, he probably got those 5 All-Australians from 29 onwards, which was incredible. And then I think what goes overlooked a bit with his footy is actually how good of a ball user, well, he still is because it's to the end of the year, but how good of a ball user he is, the way he brings his teammates into the game.
He is, and the other bloke's Dusty Martin. I mean, just read his record, just unbelievable. You won a Norm Smith, you played in 3 flags, he's 3-3. I mean, I don't know whether we'll see that again, Jimmy.
No, it's extraordinary, and I guess the further you get away from playing, you go back to being a bigger fan. I don't know whether that was the case for you, Rowey. Like, once you finished up your days, you actually didn't mind, like, sort of cheering and supporting a bit more instead of just going, oh yeah, they used to be a peer. But just that grand final against the Cats, I think nearly every one of those 4 goals, you just went, wow. Like, I know Richmond, dominated the Crows, they dominated the Giants, but I don't reckon they're winning against the Cats if it wasn't for Martin. That goal right on half time, which he split it from 50. But then the best one of all, just the sealer at the end in the far pocket, the right of screen up there at the Gabba, was just out of this world. Yeah, he's a ripper. We probably won't hear from him. He'll sail off into the sunset. It's effective immediately. That's how he rolls. If we look at our homeland, and I hope Tex does play on, we had Len McHenry here say, even if he doesn't play next year, the value of him around us boys in the sheds and on the track and after the game and teaching them how to be professionals is worth his weight in gold. Where do you see Tex right now? Yeah, look, I think that's a conversation for Nixie and Tex. Is like, you've got the example now with Bruce and Gunston. Like, it's, they can start as a sub, they can play a half, they can play full games. It's just whether Tex wants to do that. He might still think, well, I'm still the best option. And he might be from certain weeks like Bruce is. And so, but then there might be weeks where let's just pick him, because he becomes another assistant coach on the bench. We can bring him on at half-time, or he can play the first half and you bring on fresh legs. So I think we're seeing now those older guys who've got enough footy smarts are being held onto, and I think that's a good thing. I never actually understood why we're so quick to wrap up guys who still offer so much, because the first thing you do is, if you have a couple of average losses, you go, do you know what we need? We need a bit of senior leadership around here to teach the guys. So have a look at what you've got on your list, the totality of it, and what value can he bring, and is he willing to accept those different roles?
That won't happen anyway, because you'll be head of football at the AFL and you'll get rid of the sub. So we'll be very happy with that, Jimmy.
Well, no, my first thing is, and I don't know how I get this, my pet hate in footy, well, I've got many pet hates, but is making a debutant the sub. I know you can't make a rule for it, but you think about the amount of times we used to knock mum's washing off the clothesline. You've gone through all the pathways. They do the great phone call. Mum's in tears, dad's in tears. 25 of your new mates all of a sudden have got tickets, and then you're sitting at the back of the bench.
Yeah, no.
Like if you're not good enough to be in the 22,
don't pick me.
Wait until he is.
Yeah, spot on. Hey, mate, I want you to listen to this grab, because it's all about the wild card round.
The wild card is something that got probably a bit more support than it has had previously, but there's a lot of consultation that we'll have to go through with our clubs, our players and our commission. But from small ideas come big things.
Now, that was the CEO of the AFL, Andrew Dillon. He reckons it's got more support. I'm not sure from who. I'm not sure who's supporting that idea.
Well, you get support from clubs, because then essentially you're creating another final, and then you can create greater, revenue streams for not only the AFL, and then also clubs. Coaches might have finals bonuses, and the wild card to count as a final. I think it's a discussion for once Tassie comes in, and then we have the discussion. But on the list of things, I think it's not in the top 10 at the moment, isn't it? Things that we need to address. So
correct.
I'm not against it. I just got bigger priorities first.
Yeah, from little things, big things grow. What was he trying to say there?
Oh, something about an oak tree or something. But Jimmy, I'm with you. When they had that CEO conference we were like, what were they talking about? They're talking about a pre-season comp. They're talking about a mid-season sort of comp garbage. I'm thinking to myself, there was much bigger issues to address, surely.
Well, always look at what interest or what self-interest is involved. And, what they say about the racehorse self-interest, always back it because at least you know it's drawing. So a CEO clearly is going to be looking at what generates more revenue, aren't they?
Yeah, correct.
That's it. AFL fixtures landed. Porter got the last game with Freo. That'll decide the top four. Melbourne and Collingwood kick it off at the MCG. Gee, it's going to be a cracking round. It's going to go down to the wire. You can't script that sort of season, Jimmy, can you?
No, well, the one that I'll clearly be watching is the Giants are playing the Dogs at 12:30, so they're kicking the due on Mars, Ballarat. Now, the results that could go that way could be the winner could be top four. The loser could either host a home final or miss the eight.
Yeah.
Extraordinary.
It's going to be an incredible last round.
But why is it at Mars? That's ridiculous that it's even at Mars.
Well, I think they're trying for the Ballarat people, instead of giving them always the games in the depths of winter where it's about 3 degrees in Ballarat, they're hoping maybe at least they get some sunshine for a change.
Yeah. Is that a greyhound in the back or your mutt?
No, it's my dumb dog. I think it's a chromosome short. She's a beautiful thing, but she's not that sharp.
Yeah, I've got a cousin.
A bit like me. Well done, Jimmy.
Thanks, Jimmy. Really appreciate it, mate. Catch you next Wednesday. And Jimmy, always brought to us by Statesman Windows, Adelaide's boutique window company, trusted by the best builders in Adelaide. And just like Jimmy Bartel, they are elite, consistently delivering at the highest level. Need the best windows? See Statesman Windows.
He said a chromosome short. I made a comment about the XY chromosome that the IBF said. We've had a number of listeners say, what is an XY chromosome?
Yeah, it's X and Y.
It doesn't exist.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all. That's all right.
There's 2 chromosomes.
Yeah.
21 after 5, though. We have to get to a break because Jenna O'Hay is live in Paris for us next.
Afternoon. Crash to look out for the Savo at Waterloo Corner Road near Port Wakefield Road. Couple of burst water mains. One at Woodville Road near the Sinclair Rec Centre. Another one at Hillcrest. Got some pretty big delays outbound. It's North East Road as you're approaching St Olds Road. If you're going that way, maybe try Main North Road and Grand Junction Road instead. Busy at Clapham, Springbank Road near Alberta Avenue, and a camera at Grant Scully Road at Clarendon. Head into Adrian Bryan Automotive for great deals across 5 big brands. Adrian Bryan Automotive, servicing South Aussies for 50 years. South Road, St Mary's. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Our Undy Drive is back for another year, supporting Hutt Street Centre and Catherine House, raising funds to provide clean underwear for those who are less fortunate.
This year there's more ways than ever for you to get involved, including heading to your local Foodland to make a $2 donation with your shopping.
It's that easy, and don't forget you can still head to 5AAundydrive.com.au anytime to donate.
All thanks to Foodland, with more stores close to home and everyday low prices. Great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Built like a brick house. Basic Trailers build all types of trailers here in Adelaide. Locally made with Australian steel, you get 12 months warranty and factory direct pricing. Visit basictrailers.com.au. Basic Trailers. Basically, better.
At Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, we've launched out of the starting blocks and we're flying down the track with our huge demo clearance. All demos are going to race out the door, like Demo T-Rocks from only $35,990 drive away. We're first for easy on-site finance options and top of the podium for convenient next-day servicing with complimentary loan vehicles. Get in first for Mawson Lakes Volkswagen's huge demo clearance. Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city. Rego S22 3CYX.
Hutt Street Centre's annual Walk a Mile in My Boots challenge is just around the corner. Now, walk a mile or more to support over 7,000 people experiencing homelessness in South Australia. By participating, you'll raise vital funds for the Hutt Street Centre and help people experiencing homelessness in our community.
It is a dead set shame that any Australian is homeless.
I'm with you.
It's a slur on us, and the Hutt Street Centre are there to pick them up. Getting involved is simple. Just sign up, spread the word, commit to walking a mile a day, 1 week during National Homelessness Week. Walk your miles however you choose until the final mile. You can do it at morning, night, lunchtime, whatever. And where everyone's invited then into the CBD, we've done this a number of years, to walk together and show support for this brilliant and crucial cause.
Spot on. Register for free and start your fundraising today at walkamile.org.au.
The way we connect with listeners is changing. Radio, podcast, streaming, in-store, and the way to connect your business with millions of Aussie listeners every week is at Amplify. August 27 and 28 at Jama's Kitchen, Bowden. Tickets are free, but you need to register at audiorsvp.com.au. Hear how audio can change the way you do business for the better. Register now at audiorsvp.com.au.
It's SA's biggest cover-up, and thousands of pool owners all over South Australia are implicated. Who's at the centre of it? Walco, of course. Put your pool to bed for winter with a Walco Guardian pool cover. Made right here in SA, a Walco Guardian pool cover will preserve your chemicals, keep your water clean, and you won't need to run your pump. The savings are amazing. Join the great cover-up and get a Walco Guardian pool cover. Visit walco.com.au.
When you're cooking up a seafood storm, go straight to the people that process and distribute it. Samtas Seafoods, the best quality and best prices for all of your seafood. Load up your freezer and mix and match up to 4 kilograms of premium seafood for just $60. And what about the range? Atlantic salmon portions, flathead and barramundi fillets, crumb gar, salt and pepper squid, crumb prawns and more. Mix and match 4 kilos for just $60. Only at Samtas Seafoods, open 7 days, Factory Direct, Richmond Road, Richmond.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
25 minutes after 5. Rob de Castella is our Where Are They Now coming up after 5:30.
Looking forward to this tonight.
I tell you, Olympics is just, it's engrossing us. We're having highs and lows that but sometimes you need somebody to just put their arm around you and try and explain something. We're going to do that now with Channel 9 Olympics basketball expert Jenna O'Hea. Can you please help me through my trauma that I saw in the second half last night with our wonderful Boomers going down? That was just shattering, Jenna. Shattering.
It was heartbreaking.
What a first half, though.
What? It was an incredible first half. I feel like it was almost flawless by the Boomers.
Yeah.
Everything we shot went in, and we were playing really great defence, and Serbia are a class act and came back, and the brilliance of Jokic just shone through at the end, and they got the win.
Did you think, though, I reckon our guys, I'm picturing this is my theatre of the mind, Jenna. They walked in, looked at each other and went, what happened there? And are we really this far in front? I just don't reckon they expected it. They didn't believe the level they played at. And then I reckon they almost, what would you say, played as if they were second fiddle second half.
Or did we choke?
Oh, we did not choke. No. I think we went away with what was working in the first half. I think our ball movement was really good. We played really great defence. We were able to run in transition. I think the second half, as Coach Gorgon would put it, I think we went a little bit more hero ball, just trying to break their mismatches down one-on-one rather than the good teamwork that worked really well in that first half, and just heartbreaking for the boys. And Paddy Mills, Joe Ingles and Matthew Dellavedova, what they've accomplished with this Boomers group, and to go out like that, I'm just really, it breaks my heart for them.
Yeah, well, that's yesterday's news. Today's news is the Opals. I hope it doesn't happen again, Jenna. Lightning cannot strike twice.
Yeah, just quite ironic that we are also playing Serbia in the quarterfinal.
Yep.
And we have a rich history with them. In Rio, Serbia knocked us out in the quarterfinals, and that was the first time the Opals hadn't medalled in many, many years. So we have payback for last night and payback for Rio Olympics coming up tonight, and I feel really good about the Opals.
Yeah, a little bit earlier too, which will be handy. I can get to
6:30, isn't it? Is it 6:30?
6:30 out.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Australian-friendly time slot.
Yes.
Much friendlier. Thank you very much for putting that together. What do you reckon? How would the girls be feeling in the camp? Would they be feeling confident?
I think they should be. The way they played against France in that last pool game was absolutely Opals basketball that we're used to them playing. I don't know what those two first games were. That was not us.
Oh.
And they put it together against France in front of the biggest crowd in Europe for a women's basketball game. So to do that against the home nation with the whole crowd against you was really gritty stuff, and they'll just keep building from that, and they should be feeling full of confidence going into this game against Serbia tonight.
Brilliant, Jenna. Keep doing the good work and get our Opals up tonight, and we'll feel a lot better.
I think so. Let's go.
Cheers, Jenna. Jenna O'Hea, our guest there, Channel 9 Olympics basketball expert.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'll be going straight home and watching that. 9 Olympics credit is live and free on Channel 9, 9Gem and 9 Now. Of every Olympic event, streamed live and free with replays. Yeah, hey?
A very, very slick professional outfit we are. 29 minutes after 5. We have Where Are They Now after the headlines.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
The Reserve Bank determination late yesterday, everyone's coming to terms with, we know households are cutting back. We know the retail sector has been in and out of recession for the last 12 months. That leaves one big contributor to inflation there that I don't think has an easy out.
Every state jacking up debt to pay for
federal
infrastructure.
governments.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
Bottom line is, folks, if you had your heart set on a pre-Christmas rate reduction, you aren't going to get one.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Repco Marion grand opening event this Saturday. Enjoy giveaways including Supercar 500 tickets and more. Plus in-store exclusive offers this weekend, like Castrol Magnatec 10W45 litre $29 and 25% off parts and Rhino Rack. Terms and conditions apply. Repco gets you going.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good evening, I'm Kendall Brettig. Hapless thieves who stole an ATM in a smash and grab at Blair Athol this morning have walked away empty-handed. A 14-year-old boy charged with terror offences is free on bail. US Vice President Kamala Harris has chosen little-known Minnesota Governor Tim Walz to be her running mate. And Port will take on Fremantle in Perth in the last match of the AFL home and away season. Now checking 5AA traffic.
The new McSmart meal from Macca's. 2 burgers, small fries and small soft drink. $6.95. T's and C's apply.
Crash at Salisbury Heights to look out for. Green Valley Drive near the Grove Way. Burst water main at Woodville Road near St Clair Rec Centre. Adabus water main causing big delays at Hillcrest at the moment. North East Road outbound as you're approaching St Olts Road. If you can, try using Main North Road and then Grand Junction Road to get around that one. Busy at the moment at Clapham, Springbank Road near Alberta Avenue with a camera, Majors Road at Trott Park. Want an FPOS partner who fits your business like a glove? Switch to Smart Pay for hands down great customer service and zero cost FPOS. Minimum turnover and T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Clear tonight and showers tomorrow, a high of 15. At the moment, 15. More news at 6 o'clock and as it happens on 5AA.
A message from Pankind, the Australian Pancreatic Cancer Foundation. Each week, 71 Aussies die from pancreatic cancer. 71. Remember, September's your chance to help lower this number. Walk 71 Ks during September and join a community helping fund vital research for future generations. Grab some friends and register. For those we've lost, or those fighting to survive pancreatic cancer. RememberSeptember.org.au.
Drums, please. Unprecedented, unparalleled, unrivaled. The demo sale continues. Edwardstown Mazda are offering a minimum 10% discount on all Mazda demonstrator models and 2 years free scheduled servicing or $1,000 genuine accessories on new cars. Plus get a minimum $2,000 on your old vehicle. Only at Edwardstown Mazda.
It's gotta be
Edwardstown Mazda, the #1 destination for Mazda in SA. T's and C's apply.
Well, I'll tell you what, the good weather, as we heard, we're going to get a little taste of this weekend. It's going to be nice, but when you get good weather, you want to go straight out and do a barbie, don't you? You want to become a tong master, not just flipping snags, but becoming a backyard hospitality director. So when you do, you need the very best outdoor kitchen. And where do you get it? Adelaide Outdoor Kitchens. You choose the best appliances, bar, fridge, pizza oven, stun your guests with one of the custom-made concrete bench tops. Now, these indoor concrete bench tops are amazing. I've seen them made. I've been out there to Seaford to have a look at the showroom at Seaford Meadows there, FIVEAA Circuit, and they make these concrete bench tops, and I saw the boys handling them. They are amazing. They will update any kitchen space. They're custom made for what you need. Every piece is unique, so you're not buying them off a shelf, believe me, especially for your needs. Call for a consultation or quote today. Visit Seaford Meadows showroom at FIVEAA Circuit. The best backyard hospitality directors, well, they deserve Adelaide Outdoor Kitchens. Go to adelaideoutdoorkitchens.com.au.
Join over 60,000 Adelaide homes and say yes to lowering your energy bills with Yes, your energy saving solutions. Do you know how much that old fridge in the shed is adding to your electricity bill? Your energy saving solutions can collect your old inefficient fridges and freezers for free, and the best part is that you can also get up to $150 per unit. For T's and C's on this unbeatable offer from your energy saving solutions, go to yes.net.au. That's yes.net.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
26 minutes to 6. Ryan Harris, SA's new men's cricket team coach, is going to join us very, very soon. We're still taking your calls, 8223 0000 for that $50 Pals voucher. But right now, for Walco, again at the centre of SA's biggest cover-up, get your Walco Guardian pool cover now. It's time for Where Are They Now?
The 5AA Sports Show's Where Are They Now? Past legends, past glories.
I'll tell you what, Rowey, you're privileged when you do these Where Are They Now?
Oh, I love
and as a young fella at high school at the time, watching the 1982 Brisbane Commonwealth Games, I just got inspired by a bloke that just tore up the hill and tore up the Tanzanians and won gold there. He won gold in the Helsinki World Championships in 83, gold again in Edinburgh in 86. He was, I think, a national hero.
Yeah.
I speak none other than the great Rob de Castella. Welcome, my friend.
Yeah, good afternoon. Great to join you.
Mate, before we float back in time and go back through the whole life story, we always like to know where are you now. Now, you're involved with an incredible concept called the Indigenous Marathon Foundation Project. Now, can you give us a bit of an insight into how that actually works?
Yeah, look, love to, yeah. It's a health promotion charity that works with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders right across the country, from little remote communities up in the APY lands and Arnhem Land and all the way to country towns and cities. And basically, we use running to promote a healthy, active lifestyle and address all of the health challenges.
Yeah.
But also use the marathon to identify young Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island leaders, those who are really prepared to step up and literally do the hard yards, because they go from virtually no running to doing the New York City Marathon in 6 months.
Unreal.
So it really challenged. Yeah, so every year we select 12, 18 to 30-year-olds, 6 men and 6 women, and take them on a series of training camps. They do a big education program in Indigenous leadership and health promotion. And then, if they get through all of that, and, just about all of them do, we get them to New York, and they have that incredible experience of running across the finish line in Central Park.
Well, my good friend here, Stephen Rowe, has run 5 of those.
Well, I have, Deke. You won't remember me and Cornsey interviewing you. I reckon it was back in 2010. We watched a doco on this, and it just touched a nerve with us. To think that you're still doing it now in 2024, mate, well done, Deke, because I think this is just absolutely superb.
Yeah, look, we've got 142 young Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders, all who have run across that finish line.
Wow.
And our little, one of our little mottos is that the finish line in Central Park is just your starting line.
Yeah.
And as a foundation, we continue to support those graduates and really help them to address the big issues that they're really motivated to see change, the things that they want to address, and make sure that their kids or their communities or their little nephews and nieces don't have to go through some of the struggles that they've been through.
Oh, great work, mate. Well done. That's a brilliant initiative that's still going today. And
it's brilliant.
To have 142 go through, I'm sure there'll be plenty more. So well done, mate. Really appreciate that. Let's float back to your beginning. Now, I found out today your mum and dad of French and Swiss-French descent. What was their story, and how did it come about that you were the first of 7 to be born here in Melbourne?
Yeah, well, I'm the eldest son of the eldest son, going back, quite a few generations, and my ancestors on my dad's side came out from Switzerland in the 1800s and settled in Victoria in the Yarra Valley and were some of the first viticulturalists and wine producers in the state.
Clever
and my
buggers.
mum's background is Irish and Scottish, so sort of big international background. My dad got me into running when I was about 13 or 14 because his mum passed away from a heart attack in her 40s. So he was aware that he was high risk. And decided that his eldest son should get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and go out and run around the streets of Kew in Melbourne, which sort of for a 14-year-old was not something that I was really keen on doing.
Not at all.
But I stuck with it, and then sort of obviously went on to run at school, and then represented the state and then Australia, and I had an incredible career. But a lot of it, well, actually, sort of all of it really comes back to the commitment and support of my parents in those early days. So it was a wonderful upbringing, and maybe having sort of 6 brothers and sisters, I was just happy to get out of the house.
Deke, it's an incredible career. We'll get into that, but I'm just thinking about your dad's wisdom. I reckon he should have looked at your legs and said, "Hang on, let him play AFL,
or get on a bike, sprinter.
Or get on a bike."
Well, that's right. Yeah, that's why they used to call me Tree Trunk. Because
exactly.
I never got injured. I just had to watch out for Dutch elm disease.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Let's go back. When do you first sort of know, I might be a chance to represent my country? When did that process? Because you were a big cross-country runner and being very successful there.
Yeah, look, I first represented Australia in 1977, so I was 20, and got into the World Cross Country Championships, which is an incredible event, a 12K cross-country event that back then was in Germany, in Dusseldorf.
Yep.
And that was, as I said, 77, and then, coming up to the 1980 Moscow Olympics, I realised that my best chance of qualifying for the Games was in the marathon. So went into the Victorian Championships leading up to the 1980 Games and qualified, ran a qualifying time, won the event, and then won the national title, again under the qualifying standard, and got into the Olympic team. So my first Games was in Moscow when I was about 22, 23. And there was the first of 4 Olympics. So I had an incredible career through the 80s.
Can I ask about the Moscow ones? That I'm pretty sure that we as a country boycotted that. And that was pretty much you were allowed to go, but did you have to pay your own way or something like that?
No, look, back in those days, the Australian government wasn't contributing a huge amount to high-performance sport through the national sporting organisations, and the government under the then Malcolm Fraser came out and wanted all of the Australian team to boycott the Games, but the AOC decided that Australia had attended every single Olympic Games, and they were very much opposed to sport being used as a political tool. So they left it up to each of the national sporting organisations, and some decided not to go. But athletics was one of the many sports that did decide to go, and very fortunate. But it was a pretty tough time. There was a lot of controversy, and we as athletes, young athletes who dedicated so much of our lives to representing the country were some criticised. But I think sort of the Olympic ideals really, even watching the Games at the moment in Paris, you never see a major sporting event without all of the signage and the advertising and stuff around the venues, except at the Olympic Games. So they've been able to maintain a degree of idealism, and I think that's a wonderful thing. And I think that was part of the Australian Olympic Committee's commitment to trying to keep the politics and sport separate.
Yeah, it's a pure sport. Deke, I asked the more human ones. Were you the first to sport the famous sporting mustachios of the 70s and 80s? Now, I think of you immediately. I think of DK Lilly.
Definitely.
Newcomb and Ian Chappell.
Rob Marsh.
Yep.
Oh, and the great Rob Marsh. Were you the founder of the mustachio?
Well, I don't know that I can lay claim to I think it was the way to go back then.
It was.
And, I've still got it, although it looks nothing like it used to. But still hanging in there.
Yeah. 81, you ran then a world record. Some rooster ran the New York Marathon, but it was 148 metres shorter. So you claimed it for 3 or 4 years. It was in, I hope I pronounced this right. I've got to be careful. I haven't had too many Shirazes. Fukuoka, is that it?
Yep.
208.18.
Yep.
Was that your best? Was that your best run?
Oh, certainly at the time. Absolutely. I'd run Fukuoka before, the year before, and finished, I think, 8th or something.
Yes.
And I had a good time, and I really decided that it was, back then there was no world championships, for athletics. And Fukuoka was the marathon world championship. Every top marathon runner, was aiming always to run Fukuoka.
Wow.
And so I had a good run in 1980 off the back of Moscow, and then went back in 1981 with a single-minded focus to really run as fast as I possibly could, and was fortunate to be in great shape and came away not just with the win, but what was subsequently recognised as a world record. And then sort of through. Sort of a lot of the 80s, sort of 82 Commonwealth Games in Brisbane was a big one, and then 83, Rotterdam, big head-to-head race with Alberto Salazar, American, and then the World Championships in Helsinki, and Commonwealth Games again in Edinburgh, and a couple of Olympics in between, and then probably my best race was the Boston Marathon in 1986. Where I, sort of came out and smashed the course record, won by, nearly a minute, and ran my fastest time on a pretty hilly and tough course. So that's still, well, and always will be my PB, because there's no way I'm running any faster these days.
So that's the best. The marathoners all have stories. I know I have. Did you ever hit the brick wall and do the baby deer and a DNF?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did once. Yeah, unfortunately in the World Championships in Rome, I had a shocker, and really struggled. It's the only event that I've really pulled out of, and it's not something that I reflect fondly on.
No.
When you put on the green and gold, you really have a huge obligation to finish, but sort of the marathon's one of those events that. When you've really, you've absolutely smashed and hit the wall, and you're just, sort of shuffling along. It's really questionable whether it's worth keeping on going. But that's the only event that I did finish. And you learn a lot more from sometimes your bad events than you do from your good ones too. So it's interesting.
That one you mentioned about Rotterdam, I remember being quite young. My mum and dad weren't really into probably sport at that time. I was at home.
How old were you?
17.
You would have had a moustache then.
Yeah, I think I did. And in honour of. And I'd already seen, obviously, the 82 Commonwealth Games gold, and it was so inspirational and surging up that hill to sort of break the back of the Tanzanian.
Was that in Brisbane?
It was in Brisbane, yeah. Too. And then this was, I reckon, and correct me if I'm wrong, it was the first time a marathon was televised live around the globe. It was really unusual at that time, but it was the fact that it was you versus Alberto Salazar. And that Rotterdam, my mum and dad sat through the whole 42 kilometres of it and ended up just being so absorbed by it. And I think that's what running and marathons eventually, it's so tactical and so... it's just a whole story playing out in front of your eyes. It was a magnificent run, and congratulations on one of my great memories in my childhood.
Yeah, look, it was an interesting era, wasn't it? I was fortunate to captivate a lot of support and interest around the country, and then as you're saying, sort of the live telecast of a marathon. The old days you'd think is about as boring as watching grass grow. But when you do actually start to watch it, and you start to look at the form and the way athletes are surging and the tactics that are involved, and coming through drink stations, and then you start to have that appreciation. And I think sort of distance running is one of those really fundamental activities that everyone can sort of relate to. We've all done school cross countries when we were little kids, and getting out there and running is a pretty basic sort of thing. But when you start to overlay the competition element to it and the tactics, and then you're also racing against the actual event itself. It's interesting these days. The marathon has never been more popular on the world stage of what it is now. So all of the big events are just selling out. Well and truly. You've got the big world 6 major marathons. New York, Boston, and Chicago, and then Tokyo, London, and Berlin, and it seems to have just captured people's imagination, getting out there and challenging themselves just to cover that 42.195 kilometres. It's an epic battle of not just against the competition around you, but just against yourself and against the distance itself. And anyone who's run a marathon, sort of relates to it. So it's a nice little thing to be able to say, because a lot of people want to run marathons, but never will, because they're just so hard. But a lot of people, who do make that commitment, when you just go down to any marathon. I'll be over in Adelaide in a couple of weeks' time for the Adelaide Marathon and the running festival, and you just stand on the finish line and you just see how proud people are of themselves when they run across that line, because it's been a battle.
Yeah. Well, you inspired thousands like me, Deke. I don't say that lightly. I've spoken to you a number of times over the years. The great thing about marathons, certainly the New York one, you can run it for your charity. I know Little Heroes. I ran for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I've done something you've never done in a marathon, Deke.
Yeah, what's that?
I beat Haile Gebrselassie in the New York Marathon. He got over the other side of the Verrazano Bridge and his knee buckled, and I ran past him and gave him windburn. He did, and they chopped him out. And he got $1 million.
That's pretty impressive, because he's always been one of my great legends.
Oh, he's a legend.
They call him the Emperor.
Yep.
And what a contributor! He did so well over such a long period of time. And then went back to Ethiopia and built hospitals and schools.
Unbelievable story.
Made a huge contribution, yeah.
Deke, you're a star, mate. Thanks for picking up the phone. Make sure you get that dog food and we'll keep in touch.
Good on you guys.
Good on you.
All the best. Cheers.
Oh, fantastic stuff. Rob de Castella, our guest, and doing
he's an icon.
Yeah, absolutely, and doing that fantastic Indigenous Marathon Foundation project, which 142 people have been through now, so just changing lives. So what a great man. And of course, all thanks to Walco. It's SA's biggest cover-up. Walco's at the centre of it. Put your pool to bed now for winter with the best you can get made right here in Adelaide. A Walco Guardian pool cover.
Excellent to hear from Rob. There is some big news dropping in the AFL space around concussion. We're going to drop that with you next after we check your traffic out there. Get Unique pies, sausage rolls and donuts from your local independent supermarket. Unique, it's time for something better.
G'day there. Crash to look out for at Salisbury Heights, Green Valley Drive near the Grove Way. Woodville, burst water main, Woodville Road near the Sinclair Rec Centre. Another burst water main at Hillcrest, North East Road, outbound as approaching St Holtz Road. Really big delays at the moment. If you can, try Hampstead Road, then Grand Junction Road to get around that one. Busy at the moment, South Road at Theberton with a camera, Swamp Road at Lenswood. Power up Android on Telstra. Supercharge your creativity with Google AI on Android with Australia's best mobile network. Search Telstra Android deals. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Get a coach's perspective each week on the 5AA Sports Show when Rowey and Timmy G chat with Scott Camporeale for Coach's Corner. Thanks to Unique Homestyle Foods, proudly baking for hundreds of South Australian businesses for 35 years. See the difference.
Did you know you can kickstart your adventure even sooner in an Austrac camper with Austrac Finance? Call 1800 797 797 and get your free quote today.
Austrac Campus.
At Simplicity Funerals, we have been keeping funerals simple and easy for over 40 years. Visit simplicityfunerals.com.au or call us 24/7 to get started today. Simplicity Funerals. Easy, respectful, simple.
From the very beginning, she's been there with you. by your side through thick and thin. You've raised a family together, supported one another's dreams and goals. You've had grandchildren together. When things got tough, she got you through together. That's your missus, mate. That's your missus.
Trying to think who you're talking about.
Yeah, well, that's...
Jodie, the one I've been married to for 30 plus years.
That's the one.
So this anniversary or birthday, express your gratitude, your love, with a handmade statement jewellery piece from Bell and Brunt. I look, you know what, I muck around, but I really should do something about that.
It's a good idea.
It's a fifth-generation family-owned custom jeweller with over a century of experience. Now, if I was to go down this path, because I'm not cut with that sort of jib, I would ring Bell and Brunt.
Well, they'd take care of it for you.
That's what I'm saying. I'd say, this is Jodie.
Yeah.
This is what I think she'd like. Over to you.
Yeah.
And here's my budget.
Yeah. I'd introduce Jodie to Bell and Brunt.
That's the way to do it.
That's much safer.
That is the better way to do
now,
it.
It can be a ring, a pendant, a bracelet, diamond earrings, you name it. Bell and Brunt's master artisans are making and creating something unique for your partner, and they make it easy. So using only the finest natural materials and paying meticulous attention to every detail, showcasing your appreciation and most of all your love, Stephen.
Well, here's the thing. Jodie gravitates to the best, and she would gravitate straight to Bell and Brunt. Don't leave these moments just to any jeweler. No. Celebrate your loved one, your partner, your Jodie with something special from Bell and Brunt. Here, Jodie, get a Bell and Brunt. Visit their updated studio. It's at 14A James Place, or visit bellandbrunt.com.au. Bell and Brunt, crafted for generations.
Steinborner Automotive has always been well worth the trip, and now there's Barossa Mazda, Murray Street, Nuriupa. SA's newest Mazda dealership is now open. For 40 years, Steinborner has provided South Australians with outstanding customer service, exceptional value, and a large selection of new, used, and demo vehicles. The Steinborner story continues with the opening of their new state-of-the-art Mazda dealership in Barossa Valley. Barossa Mazda. It's well worth the trip. barossamazda.com.au.
Looking into solar? Look into Exceed Solar. Long before Exceed Solar were a company, the owners were climbing on roofs all over South Australia, installing solar panels, inverters and batteries. Exceed Solar have seen it all, because they've done it all, literally. And because they're qualified electricians, not salespeople, they know firsthand what will give you the best possible results for many years to come. That's the big Exceed Solar difference. Exceed Solar. Built on knowledge, not a hard sell.
If you're building a home, the Selector Homes Display Village is a great place to start. Your ideas and imagination will flow. There's nothing else quite like it in Adelaide. Different homes for different lifestyles, all in the one location. Walk through the sanctuary. It's simply stunning, with an incredible Jarrah facade, polished concrete floors, and a sensational use of space. Explore the Selector Homes and Building Solutions Display Village, Port Wakefield Road, Burton. Visit selectorhomes.com.au.
Repco Marion grand opening event this Saturday. Enjoy giveaways including Supercar 500 tickets and more. Plus in-store exclusive offers this weekend, like Castrol Magnatech 10W45 litre $29 and 25% off parts and Rhino Rack. Terms and conditions apply. Repco gets you going.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
3 minutes to 6, very shortly after the news, we'll chat to Ryan Harris, the new coach of our South Australian men's cricket team. They've renamed from the Redbacks as well. They're no longer called the Redbacks in 2024-25. And some news coming out of the AFL in regards to concussion, which is quite large here. This is via the Herald Sun and Jay Clark. Global insurance provider Zurich has shut the gate on concussion claims for new AFL players after a series of big payouts. The Herald Sun can reveal 3 former AFL players have received 7-figure payouts for head trauma. Paddy McCartan, Marcus Adams, and Paul Seedsman. 7-figure payouts.
So the first thing I say about that, would you swap places even though you got $1 million?
No
Absolutely
way.
not. And I feel
Plus
for
their
each of those lads.
potentially over that period of time.
All of that. So thank God we have insurance companies. Thank God there's payments. You can get litigation for it and insurance for it. But sadly, from now on, you're going to have to take that out yourself. Player managers are nervous about it. It's risk fee reward. And if I was an insurance company, knowing that this is only going to head one way and that's north, because there's another 4. There's Nathan Murphy from Collingwood. He won a flag, I reckon. Aidan O'Driscoll. Josh Carmichael, South Australian lad, went from Glenelg out to, was he Glenelg? No, West Adelaide.
West Adelaide,
out to Collingwood, and Angus Brayshaw, the one we really know about. So to them, I'm not too sure where it lands. For future ones, I'm not sure where it lands. But there's going to be a insurance company that will cover you, but boy, you're going to need some big dollars.
Premium
will be next level.
Yeah. So Zurich last month introduced a blanket concussion exclusion. You wonder how many more there will be in regards to cover being taken away for these players.
I'll tell you, when you're playing, what's one of the risks is concussion. So I'll tell you what.
And it's real.
Well, it's absolutely real. Finding a insurance company now to cover it.
Someone will underwrite it, but it'll cost a lot of money.
It'll cost you a lot of money.
Well, they're leading the way by the looks here, Zurich, for other insurance companies who may just follow suit. It is almost 6 o'clock. We've got the news coming up. Ryan Harris and your calls next.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Catch all the action from the Olympic Games in Paris as 5AA brings you Nine's coverage live each evening from 11:30. Don't miss a minute of the action as our Aussie stars set their sights on gold medal glory. Tune in tonight following Leith Forest as we cross to France for Nine's coverage. Paris 2024, live from 11:30 on 5AA. Always Adelaide. Online, on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Clear tonight and showers tomorrow, a high of 15. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Kendall Brettig. Police are making assessments of the state's major events after the national terror threat level was raised. That includes the upcoming Royal Adelaide show. But Commissioner Grant Stevens says people shouldn't be fearful.
We look at the intelligence we have in relation to any potential activities that might disrupt or potentially cause harm. So we'll be doing that for the Royal Show, and we'll be working with the Royal Show organisers to make sure it's as safe as possible. But I just encourage people to go about their normal lives. This is a national threat level.
Well, a teenage boy will be allowed to return to school despite allegedly downloading extremist material on his school computer. The 14-year-old from regional SA was arrested during a counter-terrorism sting. He's been released on bail, but will have to wear an ankle monitor and can't access a phone or computer. He'll return to court in September. 4 boats have been intercepted off the Kimberley coast around 370 k's northeast of Broome. Local traditional owners were the first to spot the illegal fishers and alert authorities. Shadow Home Affairs Minister James Patterson says it's a stunning failure by Labor.
This really is a serious security breach. It shouldn't happen, and if adequate resources and support was provided to Operation Sovereign Borders and the Australian Border Force, it wouldn't be happening. But this government has failed to deliver what the previous government was able to do.
Police are seeking witnesses to a road rage incident at Aldinga Beach yesterday where a man was stabbed. A white Nissan Ute was travelling south on Main South Road when an incident occurred with the driver of a white Toyota Ute. It's alleged the Toyota driver then closely followed the Nissan before stabbing the other driver on Norman Road. He suffered a minor puncture wound and was treated in hospital. The 50-year-old man from Aldinga Beach was arrested nearby and charged with aggravated assault causing harm. The knife allegedly used was also recovered. The man will face court in September. Australians are increasingly reaching out for financial help, with 1 in 4 now worried they could become homeless. A cost of living hearing in federal parliament's been told the RBA doesn't expect inflation to return to within the target range till the end of next year. That means cost of living will remain high. The Salvo's Peter McGrath says they're experiencing an influx of people struggling to make ends meet.
We're seeing that in our homelessness services, in our Doorways Emergency Relief program, then our financial counselling program that are assisting people with those financial needs. And we are seeing it in a number of our other services, our youth homeless service, our drug and alcohol services, and our family violence services.
The boxer at the centre of the Olympic gender drama says winning a gold medal would be the best response to all the critics. 9 Radio's Clinton Maynard's in Paris.
As debate continues whether Iman Khalif should be competing in Paris, she's now preparing to fight for gold. The 25-year-old easily moved through to the final bout in the 66-kilogram class, winning her semi-final. Responding to the dramas, she's hit out at people criticising her. She says bullying can destroy people. The Algerian says, "My family are worried about me, but God willing, the crisis will culminate in a gold medal, and that would be the best response."
Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Get up to 40% off winter coats, jumpers, jackets and knitwear at Ignition for Men while stocks last.
Australia's won a bronze medal in the marathon race walk mixed relay. Jemima Montag, who was paired with Ryden Carley, finished third. Spain took out the gold ahead of Ecuador. While gold medal favourite Nina Kennedy will be in action tonight, 9 Radio's Shane McGuinness has this preview.
It's one of the most anticipated events of the athletics program here in Paris, the women's pole vault. 2023 world champion Aussie Nina Kennedy, the headline act. After failing to advance past the qualifying stage in Tokyo 3 years ago, Kennedy comes to Paris as a genuine gold medal chance. Elsewhere across Paris today, after Arissa True won gold in the women's park skateboarding yesterday, the men are in action this afternoon, led by Tokyo gold medalist Keegan Palmer. Matt Wern will be hoping conditions improve off the coast of Marseille as he goes for gold in the men's laser class sailing, while the velodrome, after breaking the world record yesterday, Australia will take on Great Britain for gold in the men's team pursuit.
The AFL's confirmed the fixture for the final round of the season. The Crows will play Sydney at the SCG on the Saturday night and Port take on Fremantle in Perth on the Sunday evening in the final match of the round. While drastic changes to the AFL's final series remain on the cards, a so-called wildcard weekend, where the 7th side would play 10th and 8 play 9th for the final 2 spots in the 8. AFL boss Andrew Dillon isn't ruling out changes as early as next season.
The wildcard is something that got probably a bit more support than it has had previously, but there's a lot of consultation that we'll have to go through with our clubs, our players and our commission. But from small ideas come big things.
And Adelaide United has unveiled its new home shirt for the 2025 season, which pays homage to our title as the City of Churches. Now checking 5AA traffic.
The new McSmart meal from Macca's. 2 burgers, small fries and small soft drink. $6.95. T's and C's apply.
Few breakdowns to look out for tonight. You'll find them at Clearview, Grange Junction Road near Hampstead Road. Another one at Bedford Park, South Road near Sturt Road. And a crash at Salisbury Heights to look out for too. Green Valley Drive near the Grove Way. West Watermain at Hillcrest with big delays. North East Road outbound as you're approaching St Olds Road. Avoid that if you can tonight. Hurry to Dan Murphy's for Johnny Walker Red Label Scotch Whisky, 1.125 litres, 2 for $135 for members. Ends today. Choose to drink wise. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotaMaterialHandling.com.au.
Clear tonight and showers tomorrow, a high of 15. Partly cloudy Friday, 16. Mostly sunny Saturday, 17. Then up to 20 for Sunday. At the moment, 14. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Thanks, I'm Kate Collins. Tonight's headlines. SA's Police Commissioner has expressed concern about radicalised teens after the nation's threat level was elevated. Thieves have ram-raided a Blair Athol pub in a failed ATM heist. Plus, SA cyclist Matthew Glaetzer has become an Olympic medalist after 12 years of trying. And don't worry, you haven't missed the news. Start over on 9 Now as soon as you're home.
All over Australia, homeowners are saving money with a free Bendigo Bank home loan health check. Whether it's refinancing, investing in new property, or lowering your loan repayments. Let Bendigo Bank give your home loan a full check-up to make sure it's still right for you and your needs. New or existing customers, find your better home loan at Bendigo Bank. The better big bank. Lending criteria, terms, conditions, fees and charges apply.
The Honda mid-size SUV stock clearance is on now. Get 8 years warranty and 8 years roadside assist, plus a $1,000 Ampol fuel card on 2023 build Honda ZR-V and CR-Vs. Visit us at Formula Honda to test drive today. Ampol fuel card offer valid until September 30. Different warranty applies for vehicles used for commercial purposes. T's and C's at honda.com.au. Hurry into Formula Honda. Find us at Glen Osmond Road, Glen Osmond, or North East Road, Modbury.
Ray White, big name in real estate,
but also the biggest name in business broking. What makes us big? Our people, like Brett Buckley and his team. MBA, lecturer, and multi-time SA Business Broker of the Year. Brett doesn't just read a P&L, he feels it. If you're selling or expanding your business, Brett can take your business apart and find you more money. And we're not talking small change. Go on, touch base with Brett. Search Ray White Business Sales SA.
Built like a brick house. Basic Trailers build all types of trailers here in Adelaide. Locally made with Australian steel, you get 12 months warranty and factory direct pricing. Visit basictrailers.com.au. Basic Trailers. Basically, better.
New Zealand. Spectacular, safe, friendly and the perfect getaway destination. Holiday Wonders offers the most value-packed 17-day fully inclusive Grand Pacific holiday package. Fly direct from Adelaide with Air New Zealand and tour both the North and South Islands with meals, accommodation and endless highlights. Enjoy over $1,000 per couple in bonus value and a $200 per person discount. Regular departures available from September 2024 to May 2025. holidaywonders.com.au.
What's better than getting a fourth tyre free when you buy 3 Bridgestone Ecopia fuel-saving tyres for your car or SUV? Saving money on every trip. Call Bridgestone Select Tyre and Auto on 131 229 and go with confidence. Conditions apply.
Stay informed, get involved. 5AA, always Adelaide.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 10 minutes after 6 here on this Wednesday night, which means driving with Dixon is only 20 minutes away. That'll be live at 6:30. And we have won another medal in Paris as we've gone through the news break to start day 12, the mixed marathon race walk relay. There's a few R's there. Bronze medal for Australia. Ryden Crowley and Jemima Montag have she's won her second medal for the Olympics, which is fantastic, but yet another medal for Australia.
How good's that?
Yeah, if there's a few R's in there, why'd you add more?
Oh, well, I had to.
Yeah.
It's part of the read.
And tag team walking. That's not.
Yeah.
I've not seen that.
I've never seen that in my life.
No, it's the
Is
first
that a
time.
first?
First time in
Okay.
the
Is that
Olympics.
right?
Yep.
Unreal. Well, good on them. Well done.
Yeah, something to get
So what do you
involved.
do? A K tag, do a K tag, or you just...
Yeah, there was different legs of the marathon
Right,
distance.
okay. All right, well, let's talk about another thing. Saka has appointed Ryan Harris as its head coach for the next season and beyond. He joins us now. Rhino, congratulations.
Thank you, boys. Thank you very much. It's obviously a huge privilege and a huge honour to take up this role. It's something that I think I've spoken to you over the last summer. It's a really exciting position to be in. Obviously taking over from Dizzy, who did a great job. He's built this squad on the brink of something I believe in that's going to be hopefully bringing some success. So I'm absolutely honoured to be put in this position.
You've done your apprenticeship and you deserve the role, which is great. You've been the bowling coach for the Sackers over the last year, so you know the inner workings of the team. You certainly know the inner workings of the talent you've been able to add to that. What do you hope to bring, Rhino? What do you hope to bring or add to this group?
I hope to bring success. That's the first thing. And the other part of that would be consistency. What we haven't had, or we didn't have last year, I won't speak for the years before when I wasn't here, but we didn't have last year was consistency. So if we can add, we can add a bit of that, and not to put the pressure on the batters, but a little bit of consistency with the bat. You know, we lost a couple of games last year by not much, and if we can just get that extra 30, 40, 50 runs, if not more, I believe we've got a really good attack that can defend anything that we get. So, and that's not putting the batters under the pump. We've spoken about this all winter, and that's been a big work on for us this winter. So, as you mentioned, we've added some talent. We've got a pretty good young batter from New South Wales, Jason Sanger, who showed some very huge promise. He's going to slot in nicely, and Mackenzie Harvey from Victoria, who missed out on a contract last year in Victoria and went away. I think he scored something like 1,700 runs across Victorian Premier Cricket, and he played a little bit of cricket in Queensland as well. So he's gone away, learned his game, improved his game in probably the hardest place to score runs, and that's Premier Cricket around the country. So we've got some really, add that to some exciting talent that we've already got. As I said, we're not far away. I know we've said it. I've said it a bit. I think I spoke to you at the end of last season where we were disappointed, but I think we're on the right track.
What, do you sometimes wake up, young fella from the northern suburbs is now the coach of the Redbacks, or, the South Australian men's cricket? I mean, you probably, it's one of those moments, you wake up and go, geez, is this really happening?
Yeah, absolutely. And I must admit it, the process over the last few weeks, there wasn't a lot of sleep there. It was something that, when the opportunity was there and the application sort of opened, I dived in pretty deep into it, and it was something that I believe in. I believe in this squad and wanted to really take over and do and take a hold of the squad, and yeah. So I looked at that from the start, and I just see it as a great opportunity. But I've had a couple of messages. One from Wayne Phillips, who who would have thought, he said, I think. I might have said something back to him as well. But, yeah, just to sit here and yeah, exactly that. That's what I say. I'm absolutely privileged and honoured to be able to be given this opportunity. I think to see where I came from and, the struggles I had early, and then worked the game out and obviously moved away and, did some good things around my cricket in Queensland, and then obviously, bits for Australia, and then obviously went into coaching at a unfortunately due to injuries. I've made that time, sort of use of time as best I could. Just sit here now to say that I'm sort of taking this role I do have to pinch myself, and again, I've had a lot of people from my old club and a lot of mates just text me saying, well deserved. And again, yeah, that little boy from Northern Districts or Northern Suburbs, who would have thought?
Yeah, well done. Congratulations, mate. Hey, also made an appointment, a new captain, Nathan McSweeney.
Yeah, another really exciting time, I think, and obviously Jake Lehman did it last couple of years. He did a great job, as well as Travis Head. He's sort of away at the moment, so we wanted to get someone that was going to be a bit, consistently around, and it was probably a good time for Nathan to take over. He's done stuff for Australia. He captained the BBL last year in the winning BBL for the Brisbane Heat. So we thought it was a really good time, and Jake also identified that as well. Jake Lehman, who was fantastic through that whole process and very supportive of that. And
good.
So for him to come in, he's got a lot of respect around the group. He's had a couple of really good years. But again, he's one that just strives for success, strives to be better and the best he can be, and he wants to get out there and score as many runs as he can for the team, and hopefully that takes he can take a few along with him to do that.
Well, a new era, a new season, a new name. We're no longer the Redbacks. A new coach, a new captain, and you've got a new high performance manager. Tell us about him.
Yeah, Simon Inslee, who I sort of first had a touch point with him a few years ago when he was in Tasmania. He was at Tasmanian Cricket Tasmania for a while, and he sort of contacted me about potentially heading down there to be the bowling coach, which didn't eventuate. But look, he's a guy that's passionate. Since then, he's been over Cricket New Zealand and done some really good things over there. And he's just a guy that is a straight shooter. He's really honest. He strives for success, and he's not sort of the person that wants to stand out the front and be seen. He work in the background to get everything right around structures around our team. Obviously the female program as well, and also across all the pathways. And that's what he's come in and promised he'll do. And I believe again, if we get someone like Tim Nielsen did such a great job over that period to sort of build that up. But I think with some new eyes in there, he can come in and just work on what we think we need to get better, and there are a few things that we can probably work on. So it's nice to have some fresh eyes, and I really look forward to working with him. We've only had a couple of meetings since. He's only been there a week and a half, but so far it's been excellent.
I don't know what it is, but I admire how New Zealand cricket carry themselves as players. I like their culture. I like how they perform, and if we can bring that'd be great. Who's going to coach the strikers?
Good question. I did try and do both, but no. Look, my first sort of senior coaching appointment, so it was a good idea just to stick to do what I do and with the Sacco. But look, it's going to be. Look, I've heard so many different names into this role, so I don't want to probably speculate and put any names out there. But I know it's going to be a really strong. The candidates I'm sure are going to be very strong. These BBL roles are very, highly thought of and sought after. So I believe that process is in the process as we speak. So I'm sure that'll come out in the next week or 2 or 3. But look, whoever it is, they're thoroughly going through all that now. And to take on that squad, we've again talking about good squads. That squad we have there is fantastic. So, as I said, I'm sure whoever takes over that's going to do a great job.
Hey, Rhino, I'm glad that you've rewarded some Premier cricket performers and young Connor McInerney and Campbell Thompson get their opportunity. And now I know Connor, I think he made his debut at about 19 years of age, but I reckon it's great that he's got a second chance at it and probably a lot more experience and maturity behind him now.
Yeah, he has, and I've sort of got to know him a little bit the back end of last year. I didn't really know him that well, but he's a guy that's, as you say, that's the story I love. Personally, I love the fact that, a guy comes into a squad, has a crack for a couple of years, doesn't quite cut it, whether he's not ready for it or he's not quite there mentally, but then goes away and says, basically says, I'm going to show you and go away and do what he's done and score mountains of runs and to get rewarded again. That's the sort of cricketer we want and I want around our squad and reward Premier cricket. We'll do that if there's people banging the door down, and we need that. We need that with our whole squad, not just our batters. If we do that, we have a healthy squad. We have good competition for spots, and then ultimately for me, that equals lots of people, making lots of runs, which equals wins. So. It's not rocket science, and that's one part that I'll probably want to look a little bit more into as I get a little bit into this is the Premier cricket stuff and what can we do to make that as strong as we can get it. And clubs are really important. They want to win premierships as well, but I want them thinking about how they can produce cricketers to come into our squad and be successful in South Australia. One of my biggest drivers is we're obviously here to produce Australian players, but that's second priority for me. Mine is to produce really good state cricketers, successful state cricketers, which wins trophies. And then from there, I think we've seen with WA the way they've had it over the last few years. Yeah. But if you have success, the Australian representation takes care of itself.
Yeah, beautifully said. Great to hear that. Who replaces you as the bowling coach then, Rhino?
Yeah, I'm not going to get a replacement bowling coach. Really, I'm not going to give that up. I've loved doing that. And
good on you.
So I'm not going to get another person in. So we're just in the process now of searching it, working out exactly what we need, and we'll go through that process as soon as we can. We're not far out from the season, so but we've got a great crew of staff around there. We've had everyone's sort of chipped in. We've had a lot of interim roles over the last 6 months. Everyone's chipped in there, and oh look, I can sit here today, and again I'm absolutely pumped that I'm in this role. But we've myself and now my staff and high performance interim high performance manager who was there, Sean Williams. We went into this pre-season with again interim roles, and we wanted to make sure that these players in the playing group it went as smooth as possible. It's been done thanks to the help of everyone around there. So and the players have noticed it, and from now on when we're getting a bit closer to full permanent positions, the boys are getting more and more excited, and the training levels have been unbelievable. So. We'll work that out over the next sort of couple of weeks to see who the best person is and what exact role we need in that position.
All the best, Rhino. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, boys. Great to chat. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
One thing our summer needs, and it makes summer better, is when our South Australian cricket team is doing well. Our first game is the One Day Cup match. That's against Sydney, WA in Sydney, September 24th. That's not far away. And our first Shield game is 1st to 4th. That's what we want to win. Let's win the Shield this year. Ryan Harris, our guest.
Best of luck to him. Of course, our Undie Drive is back for yet another year on David Mills' Brekkie Show, and we're supporting Catherine House and Hutt Street Centre, and it's a great cause. We're calling on you to support these great causes. If you can help provide clean underwear to those in need this winter, you can go to Foodland stores across South Australia with $2 tokens available to purchase, or you can go to roughsleeper.com.au. There's Undie Drive socks. They're limited, so make sure you can get out there and purchase some of those, or you can grab a coffee from the guardsman at the Adelaide train station all this week. It's amazing. So donate anytime you can. If you can't do any of those, 5AAUndiedrive.com.au. And Timmy, this is the best part. It's also supported by our great friends at McGain Property Management, the kind of property managers that ensure your home is looked after inside and out.
Mike and Zoe, it's no surprise that I see up on that screen that they're supporting it again. They are community-minded, such great people.
The best.
And he loves giving.
He does.
Good man, and no wonder why they're successful at what they do.
No question. So get involved. 23 after 6.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Join Rowey and Timmy G in the studio every afternoon with 5AA's live video stream of The Sport Show. Thanks to Foodland. With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Thanks to Solar Heart, smart savings are in the air and on your roof. By replacing your old water heater with a Solar Heart heat pump, you can create hot water out of thin air. And with our smart solar power systems and trusted Solar Heart warranties, you'll turn sunshine into savings for years to come. Right now, you'll also save $500 on any Solar Heart heat pump or solar power system 5 kilowatts and above. That's right, $500 off heat pumps and solar power. Get smart. Get Solar Heart. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome aboard qualified carpenter, builder and building supervisor Niall Deegan. After working as an employee for the last couple of years, Niall has recently decided to become an employer and open the Holdfast Bay arm of House Inspect Australia. So if you're looking to build or buy in the Holdfast Bay or Marion Council area, get in touch with Niall. And if you're a qualified builder and looking for a career change, give us a call and find out about becoming a House Inspect Australia franchisee.
Repco Marion grand opening event this Saturday. Enjoy giveaways including Supercar 500 tickets and more. Plus in-store exclusive offers this weekend, like Castrol Magnatec 10W45 litre $29 and 25% off parts and Rhino rack. Terms and conditions apply. Repco gets you going.
Baby, here I am, I'm a man on the scene.
Kia's most awarded SUV just got better with the refined 7-seat Kia Sorento. Now with a dual 12.3-inch panoramic display and Kia Connect technology. The Kia Sorento. Visit kia.com.au to find out more.
Kia. Movement that inspires.
All over Australia, homeowners are saving money with a free Bendigo Bank home loan health check. Whether it's refinancing, investing in new property, or lowering your loan repayments. Let Bendigo Bank give your home loan a full check-up to make sure it's still right for you and your needs. New or existing customers, find your better home loan at Bendigo Bank. The better big bank. Lending criteria, terms, conditions, fees and charges apply.
Welcome to YH Support Services, your trusted NDIS service provider. Promoting independence is our cornerstone. With over 30 years of experience and a person-centred approach, we provide respite, supported independent living, community participation and in-home support. Our experienced staff are hand-picked to ensure our participants receive the highest level of support, delivering great care. Your choice and your control. Choose YH Support Services, where compassion and professionalism meet to create a supportive, inclusive community for everyone. For more information, visit yhsupport.com.au.
Built like a brick house. Basic Trailers build all types of trailers here in Adelaide. Locally made with Australian steel, you get 12 months warranty and factory direct pricing. Visit basictrailers.com.au. Basic Trailers. Basically, better.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
I can tell you tonight that Taryn Thomas had lunch yesterday with St Kilda list guru Graham Allen in Carlton. 9 News can reveal the two met at Danini's on Lygon Street. St Kilda is the widely accepted club for Taryn Thomas in the future. Now tonight St Kilda confirmed the meeting, telling 9 News Gubby has a lot of lunches and this was just another one. And in May, the Saints stood firm, arm in arm with North Melbourne, telling its fans, when it comes to domestic violence, the only acceptable number is 0. We have a collective responsibility to call it out. Now, Thomas was sacked by North Melbourne in February after the AFL found him guilty of inappropriate behaviour towards women. He was then charged with harassment and breaching a court order and is due in court on November 21.
Say no more. He doesn't play at my club. I can't see the AFL. The AFL have to ratify this. I can't see that happening. No. The uproar, especially since it is one of their number one messaging, respect and responsibility to women, and it should be. We shouldn't even have to. It should be a given that. Yeah. I mean, it should be. I was brought up like that. It should be a given. We have AFLW. And I've got to be careful. He is a repeat offender.
Well, no,
and he's still
he's going to. Because he's going to court again.
Well, let's wait till that.
Continued the harassment.
Well, let's wait till that.
The thing is, I'm with you on the zero tolerance as far as that goes. So.
Can I make another little call? Yeah. Doesn't surprise me that St Kilda are looking at it. I don't know. It's such a St Kilda thing to do. I'd be bitterly disappointed if my club even entertained it, or he was even on the talent list board.
I think.
Would you be? Would you like him at your club?
I wouldn't be entertaining it.
No.
And the fact that the court case hasn't even been heard.
Well, let's wait till then. Whole judgment.
Ridiculously premature. So.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the AFL, we knew they made a strong stance on a few things a while back. They're not going to confirm until at least November if Thomas will be allowed to return to the AFL at all. So
nah, it's not mad.
There will still be some time.
And is this, I don't know, a dumb thing to say? The GM of football at AFL House is Laura Kane, who is actually a female.
Yeah,
I
not
could
that
imagine.
Matters.
You don't reckon? And a lawyer?
The gender shouldn't matter.
No. Shouldn't it?
No, the decision is about...
Yeah, but there's a sisterhood.
Yeah, but no, it's just about domestic violence.
Yeah, zero tolerance. Zero. Zero means zero.
We are out of time tonight. We appreciate you listening in and interacting with us. We have to get going. Charlie Dixon's Driving with Dixon is next. We'll be back tomorrow from 4.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
These over-governed country vows, if there weren't so many